733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 1063.
Gol de Messi!
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 1063.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the league!
This is the Inter Miami Pregame Show, live from the ESPN West Palm Studios. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Just a little over a half hour until we got the ball rolling in New York coming up tonight. Welcome on in, folks, to your Inter Miami Pregame Show on your Inter Miami Radio Network. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiOffers.com to learn more. That is AudiOffers.com to learn more. Appreciate Kate Jomslin for filling in for me on Wednesday on the ones and twos. You heard the great Ken Levicka on pre-halftime and postgame, but I was dealing with a bit of an illness, so I appreciate all my teammates stepping up here at ESPN West Palm. But I'm 100% feeling great, and I am ready to roll for some Inter Miami football coming up tonight. Now, the Herons are looking to bounce back after the 3-0 loss at the hands of FC Cincinnati. Now, the good news is the Herons are 4-1 in their last 5 games in the MLS, and they still have 3 games on the table comparatively to Philadelphia, FC Cincinnati, Nashville, and Columbus. Now, what I mean by they have 3 games on the table, they have 3 games in hand. They've only played 20 games. Union have played 23, FC Cincinnati 23, Nashville, who Inter Miami beat 2 outings out at Chase Stadium, and then the Columbus Crew. They all have 23 points that are ahead of them. So if Inter Miami is able to take care of business in these next couple of fixtures as they catch up on games post-FIFA Club World Cup, they're going to be just fine for that East Coast first seed. We still got a long way to go. I mean, we're really at the halfway point here on the season within the MLS, but Inter Miami still has their full season ahead of them, and I can't wait to see what the Herons have in store tonight against New York Red Bull. Now, Inter Miami faced off against Red Bull. Folks, let's rewind back to May 3rd. Inter Miami at Chase Stadium, 4-1 winners over New York Red Bull. Fafa Pico, Marcelo Weigant, Luis Suarez, and Lionel Messi all scored in the game. It was really a who's who on the score sheet there, too. Fafa Pico, longtime MLS vet, one of your newer Inter Miami Herons this season. He got brought in this past offseason, and then obviously Weigant, Suarez, and Messi have been with the club. But 4 goals the last time these teams faced out. There's 5 goals in the game total. Red Bull was able to get in early, or rather late in the first half from Mohamed Sofo, who had an Olympic-esque kind of goal from the corner kick. And if you go back and look at the replay, he didn't even mean to do it. The ball kind of just went in. He was looking for a Red Bull player within the box, and the ball ended up curling into the net. But that was the lone goal that was scored against our Inter Miami Herons at Chase Stadium the last time these two teams faced off. Once again, May the 3rd, Inter Miami winners 4-1 over the New York Red Bulls. A couple of stats from that game. Inter Miami won the possession battle 53-47. But XG, expected goals, I'm a big fan of the stat. I know a lot of people aren't. But I'm a big fan of the XG. Inter Miami won the XG 2.20 to 0.56. So all the big chances really went Inter Miami's way in this game. There were 12 total shots for the Herons and 5 big chances comparatively to 9 total shots and 1 big chance for the New York Red Bull. We'll be kicking it off here about 7:35. Ken Levicka on site in New York for this one coming up tonight. Our OG, Oscar Gonzalez, in New York as well. So the boys will handle things with the broadcast coming up around 7:35. You know how the MLS is usually about 5 to 10 minute later start from that 7:30 time. But we'll be handling things here until then. I mentioned that we are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Folks, do you want more from your drive? Well, this is it. The all-new Audi Q5 with a powerful sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering. that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5, our best made better. Test drive the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. We appreciate our local South Florida Audi dealers getting out there and test drive that brand new Q5. We do have a starting lineup for Inter Miami, and Lionel Messi's in the lineup. Lionel Messi is in the lineup coming up tonight for your Inter Miami Herons. Now, the interesting part, let's rewind back to Wednesday. I might have been out of commission with the flu, but I was watching this one from bed, and Oscar Ustari, picked up a knock in the game. And Rocco Rios Novo is going to be your starting goalkeeper tonight for our Inter Miami Herons. Rios Novo's last start was against Atlanta United. Almost said Atalanta, like the Serie A team. No, Atlanta United. His last start was at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And Rios Novo put on a pretty good performance. He's suited up other times as well for Inter Miami, but this will be his second start for the Inter Miami Herons coming up tonight. The always reliable, really, Oscar Ustari has been the favorite goalkeeper for one Javier Mascherano, our gaffer of the Inter Miami Herons. And whenever Ustari is healthy, fit, and ready to roll, he's usually the keeper that Mascherano decides to go with. But Rios Novo, who played on the Olympic team for Javier Mascherano for Argentina, obviously now with our Inter Miami Herons, but that relationship with Coach Mascherano goes deeper than just this year for Rocco Rios Novo. So the young one getting the start in goal tonight with Rocco Rios Novo. But a 4-4-2. I'm going to start calling it the patented 4-4-2 because that's really the formation that Mascherano has liked to run so far in these couple of games post-FIFA Club World Cup. There have been 5 MLS games post-FIFA Club World Cup now. Or rather, let me make sure I got the 4. I apologize, 4. Montreal, New England, Nashville, and then obviously FC Cincinnati. I apologize. The Columbus game was the game before the FIFA Club World Cup when our Herons routed the Crew at Chase Stadium. But a 4-4-2 for Mascherano and the boys tonight. And like I said, Lionel Messi is starting. Let's get to the 11. Your back line, Marcelo Weigant, Gonzalo Luan, Maxi Falcone, and Jordi Alba. So Alba left back, Falcone left center back, Luan right center back, and Marcelo Weigant playing that right back role. Your midfield, Tadio Allende playing right mid, Federico Redondo right center mid, Sergio Busquets handling the left pivot at left center mid, and then Talasco Segovia getting the nod at left mid. And then your 2 strikers up top, Luis Suarez coming off the left, and then Lionel Messi coming off the right, playing that inverted right side striker for our Inter Miami Herons coming up tonight. So a 4-4-2, and Mascherano with the center backs of Luan and Falcone. It seems like Falcone has really gotten a household name within the Mascherano lineup. Falcone really is the starter when available at that left center back position, but we've seen Noah Allen play the position as well. Noah Allen, really a fullback his entire career until he started playing for one Javier Mascherano. But you've seen him. It's featured at center back. Toto Aviles has been featured at center back as well at times this year. But Luan and Falcone going to be your central defenders coming up tonight. Federico Redondo will be playing the Yannick Bright role, as I like to call it, kind of the box-to-box role. Yannick Bright, I'm assuming, still dealing with a couple of things. Bright, who his last game was before the FIFA Club World Cup. He's been unavailable with a hamstring injury since that FIFA Club World Cup, or rather before the FIFA Club World Cup. He didn't even get to play in it. But Federico Redondo will be your right center mid tonight on the right mid pivot. But those are really the things that stick out to me. Allende playing off the right, Segovia playing off the left. I'm surprised maybe Fafa Pico hasn't gotten a nod. We haven't seen Pico start a game in a long time, since before the FIFA Club World Cup. He picked up a concussion about a month and a half, 2 months ago. You have not seen Fafa Pico featured in a starting 11 for Javier Mascherano in a little bit. But I say usually when Lionel Messi isn't playing striker up top with Suarez. He comes off the right, and Tadeo Allende usually comes off the left. But Allende, let's give some credit where it's due. Allende does a great job of being able to fit in where Mascherano puts him in. If it's off the left, if it's off the right. He's pretty ambidextrous with his feet, good with the left foot, good with the right foot. And I've been saying it all year. I think Tadeo Allende has been the signing of the year so far for Inter Miami. I mean, that's with all due respect, with all the great players that our head coach and gaffer, Javier Mascherano, has brought in. But I really like what Tadeo Allende has to offer to this Inter Miami team. I think he's probably, you look at the stat sheet, if you want to go stat geek on him, I think Allende with his goal and assist contributions within the MLS, within the FIFA Club World Cup, within the CONCACAF Gold Cup that Inter Miami got to the semifinal of, he's really been at the top of statistics for Inter Miami. He's great in the air, too. I think that's the most underrated part about Tadeo Allende. He is just fantastic in the air. You know, I'm a big EAFC player. Give him that goal, baby. Give him that goal play style for aerial in the air, always finding his noggin on the right side of the ball and making things happen for our Inter Miami Herons. Let's take our first time out of the pregame show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer, AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Just a little bit over 20 minutes till we get the ball rolling in New York. Ken LaVicka and Oscar Gonzalez on the call tonight. Oscar Gonzalez, our on-site producer. Ken LaVicka, the voice of the Herons, will have the call coming up around 7:35. We'll throw things to the great Ken LaVicka. When we come back, we'll hear some highlights from last game. Inter Miami knocking on the door. They might have lost 3-0, but Inter Miami was knocking on the door a few times. Lionel Messi had a couple of chances, first half and second half. We'll hear those next on your Inter Miami pregame show on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121. Or visit tworld.com today.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
When you're in pain and an hour seems like a day seems like a month, there's only one place to go for your treatment. Pain Care Florida. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Time waits for no one, especially when you're in pain. Visit paincareflorida.com. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
There's the whistle. Messi approaches, left foot, low ball, scored! Inside the far post! It was inevitable! Messi picked his spot! He put pace on it, and he beats Willis, who sprawled to the right, but his fate was sealed! It is goal number 15 on the year for Lionel Messi. He is one off the Golden Boot race in Major League Soccer, and he keeps on pouring in goals. It's his 9th goal in his last 5. Incredible! It's the 101st goal from outside the box in the career of Lionel Messi. 71 free kick goals in his career.
That was Lionel Messi's goal 2 games back, his free kick goal in the 17th minute versus Nashville when our Herons completely bamboozled Nashville SC on our home pitch the last time our Herons were home here in South Florida. But welcome on back to the Inter Miami pregame show on your Inter Miami radio network, ESPN 106.3. I mentioned Inter Miami getting a lot of goals against Nashville, taking care of business and getting the dub 2 games ago. But last game did not go our Herons' way, but plenty of chances and plenty of great looks Inter Miami had throughout that game. Let's take a listen to a couple of Lionel Messi near goals here. Let's listen to Messi miss number 1 in the first half.
Now 30 yards out, Busquets. High ball into the box. It is Suarez. Just done by Messi, left foot, and he was wide of the far post as he volleyed it down to his left foot and trickled it wide.
That is the voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Ken Levica, on the call. You could always hear him on the call for our Herons. But certainly Messi with a chance there. Good service from Sergio Busquets, but just unable to get his foot on the right side of the ball to blast that one behind. Here's another chance by Lionel Messi.
Here's Messi, left side of the box on a volley. He roundhoused a left-footed attempt, and it is saved away by Celentano across the end line.
Roundhoused one that just didn't go his way on that, but certainly Inter Miami threatening in this game and had a couple of chances to find the back of the net. Let's hear again one more chance that Messi had on a finesse shot that just nearly made it. Let's take a listen.
Here is a giveaway for Cincinnati. A punch, though, in the box. Celentano came up near the penalty spot, but it falls to Messi, and he nearly curled a ball in from 30 yards out. Upper left, just missed, and it's out of play, wide of goal. Oh, Messi almost found a way to finesse that ball into the upper left.
So plenty of chances for Messi in the game, but our Herons ultimately lose 3-0. But good news is 4-1, or rather 4-1 in their last 5. Excuse me. The Herons are 4-1 in their last 5 MLS fixtures and 3-1 since coming back to the MLS post FIFA Club World Cup. Now, you heard Ken, if you were listening when we came back, the last time in the last game Messi had a goal and was that Nashville game. That gave him 16 because he had a brace in the game. Going into the Nashville game, he had 14 goals, and he ended it with a brace, so 16 on the year for Messi. He is one behind Sam Surridge. Sam Surridge, the Nashville striker. Messi was tied with Surridge heading into the fixtures last week, but Surridge able to get a goal against the Columbus Crew this past Wednesday on the 16th. Obviously, when our Herons took on FC Cincinnati and lost, but Surridge found the back of the net. So he is currently the Golden Boot leader with 17 goals, but Messi right beneath him at 16. Let's see if Lionel Messi can get back to his goal-scoring ways coming up tonight. Messi, 6 goals in 4 games played. Almost said 3. 6 goals, public school math. Bear with me, folks. But 6 goals in 4 games played post-FIFA Club World Cup. Very good stuff from the great one, Lionel Messi. Let's take a look at the Red Bulls and maybe who we could be seeing from them coming up tonight. Now, I mentioned Inter Miami. I'll get you those Inter Miami starting 11s again here. Inter Miami going with the 4-4-2 tonight. Lionel Messi in the lineup, playing up top. Rocco Rios Novo will be starting at goalkeeper. And no Oscar Ustari tonight. He is unavailable. William Yarborough will be the backup goalkeeper for Inter Miami coming up tonight. So Yarborough, the veteran, will be backing up Rios Novo. If God forbid, knock on wood, hoping nothing happens to Rocco's, but if something does, you will have William Yarborough coming off the bench. So that is how Javier Mascherano is dealing with that situation. But the Red Bulls, I mentioned a couple of dangerous players up top for New York. One being Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, the former Paris Saint-Germain player and Bayern Munich. He was with Bayern for 4 years, managed to contribute over 30 goals and a Champions League Cup. Bayern winners during that time period from 2020 to 2024. But Choupo-Moting, in 122 appearances for Bayern Munich, had 38 goals. And then so far for the New York Red Bulls, he came in as a free agent of January of 2025. Choupo-Moting has 13 goals on the year. That's 4 off the Golden Boot. So Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting certainly liking his new situation in New York. He's got 13 goals on the year. And then another player to look out for is Emil Forsberg. Forsberg, 6 goals, 9 assists on the year. The veteran Swede, the 33-year-old veteran Swede, has had a great year. And 9 goals, 5 assists. Got that a little twisted up there. So 9 goals comparatively to 5 assists. But that is a very, very good number for the veteran from Sweden. So Greg Berhalter certainly loving what he is seeing from those 2 players, and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting and Emil Forsberg for the New York Red Bulls. So the Red Bulls going to be going with, let's get you their formation real quick. They are going to go with a 4-4-2 as well. So both sides, Inter Miami and the Red Bulls, going with a 4-4-2. Starting at left back is Raheem Edwards. And then left center back is going to be Alexander Hack. Right center back for the New York Red Bulls is going to be Sean Nealis, the American. And then playing right fullback and right back is Noah Ely. Ely, another Swede. The starting 11 littered with the Swedes, with Ely and Forsberg. I mentioned Forsberg. He's going to be playing left mid coming up tonight. Playing left center mid on the left pivot for the New York Red Bulls is Ronald Donkor. Your right center mid for the Red Bulls tonight, the American Daniel Edelman. And then your right mid, the lone person to score against Inter Miami the last time these two teams played, May 3rd, in the 4-1 win for the Herons. The only goal scorer for New York in that game was Mohamed Sofo. So Sofo will be coming off of that right mid. And then two strikers up top, the always dangerous that we talked about, Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting off the right. And then on the left, you got Julian Hall, the 17-year-old. How about that? The 17-year-old American getting the nod for the Red Bulls tonight. So it's a big spot. It's a big spot for Julian Hall. I'm a huge fan of the United States men's national team. Hope nothing but the best for Julian Hall and his future and for our red, white, and blue. But tonight, he is the enemy. And let's hope that Inter Miami is able to bottle up the two strikers in Hall and Choupo-Moting. One more time with the starting 11 for Inter Miami as well. So 4-4-2 for the Herons. Rocco Rios Novo, the goalkeeper, he is going to be starting between the sticks tonight. Marcelo Weigant, right back. Maxi Falcone, right center back. Gonzalo Luan, left center back. Jordi Alba at his usual spot at left back. Your four midfielders coming off the left at the left mid, Talasco Segovia. The left pivot, the left center midfielder, Sergio Busquets. The right center midfielder handling the right pivot, Federico Redondo, who I assume will be going box to box in that Yannick Bright role coming up tonight. Your right mid, Tadeo Allende, who I think has been the transfer of the year for head coach Javier Mascherano. And then your two strikers up top, Luis Suarez playing an inverted striker coming off the left, and then obviously Lionel Messi, the great one, the GOAT, playing an inverted striker as well with that always dangerous left foot, Lionel Messi. Your reserves, I mentioned William Yarborough, but also William Yarborough, the backup goalkeeper, by the way, for Rocco Rios Novo. No Oscar Ustari out with injury, but Ryan Saylor, Toto Aviles, Benjamin Kromatsky, David Ruiz, Santiago Morales, Yannick Bright, Fafa Pico, and Leo Afonso. Those are your reserves coming up for our Herons. And then on the other side, AJ Marchucci, Dylan Nealis, Kyle Duncan, Omar Valencia, Tim Parker, Dennis Grengar, Peter Stroud, and Wickelman Carmora. Those are your reserves coming up for New York Red Bulls as we inch closer to kicking that ball off in New York. One more time. You will hear from me on the Inter Miami pregame show. One more segment, then we will throw things over to Ken Levica coming up at about 7:35. I'll get a couple of highlights from the last time these two teams met back on May 3rd. Maybe we'll listen to that Lionel Messi goal in the 67th minute all the way back on May 3rd on your Inter Miami radio network.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Kaiser University's flagship Campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
When you're in pain and an hour seems like a day seems like a month, there's only one place to go for your treatment. Pain Care Florida. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Time waits for no one, especially when you're in pain. Visit paincareflorida.com. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Good left-footed delivery, Segovia, right back to Messi. In short order, here's Messi, in volley to him outside the 6-yard box, and he scores with a swinging left-footed shot, blasted it by Coronel. Lionel Messi is on the board. It's party time in Fort Lauderdale. Messi gives Inter Miami 4-1, Inter Miami.
That is what signed and delivered the Inter Miami win back on May the 3rd at Chase Stadium. Inter Miami and New York Red Bull coming up tonight in New York. So this is the second match between these two teams coming up tonight. We will hear from Ken LaVicka in a couple of moments. We're going to send you that way coming up around 7:35. So a couple more minutes left of the pregame show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Or get on out to your local South Florida Audi dealer in person and test drive that brand new Q5 e-tron. Get you your starting 11s again, starting with our Herons. Rocco Rios Novo starting for the injured Oscar Ustari. Marcelo Wegant, right back. Maxi Falcone, right center back. Gonzalo Luan, left center back. And Jordi Alba at left back. Your midfielders, Talasco Segovia at left mid. Sergio Busquets at left center mid. Right center mid is going to be Federico Redondo. And then your right midfielder, Tadeo Allende. Your two strikers, Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. For the Red Bulls, their backline consists of Edwards, Hack, Nealis, and Ely. Their midfield is Forsberg, Dorker, Edelman, and Sofo. And then the two strikers up top are going to be Hall and Choupo-Moting. So Hall and Choupo-Moting going to be your strikers up top for the Red Bull. No Oscar Ustari tonight. He is out with injury, your usual starting goalkeeper for Inter Miami. So William Yarborough will be on the bench as well, you know, if something does happen to Rocco Rios Novo. So William Yarborough on the bench, the veteran American, but newer-ish Inter Miami Heron. I mentioned that a 4-1 victory for our Herons the last time they stepped out onto the pitch. Let's take a listen to a couple of goals quickly. Fafa Pico made it 1-0 all the way back on May the 3rd.
It is swiped on to Wegant again. He'll charge right side of the box, send it to the middle. Fafa Pico got on the end of it. On the far post, after it crossed the box right to left, Pico is there, delivers it to the upper portion of goal with a right foot, an explosive start for Inter Miami.
So that is Fafa Pico starting the goal scoring off, and then Luis Suarez later on in the game. Take it away, Luis.
Good left. The drought is over for Luis Suarez. Off the rebound, he finally finds the back of the net. He tucked it inside the far post. Luis Suarez, how good does that have to feel? He hasn't scored one a play in the last 10, doesn't have a goal in the last 8. That is now over. 3-0 Inter Miami. It's a rout in Fort Lauderdale.
So Suarez, how about that? Back on May the 3rd, Suarez was in a bit of a drought, but he was able to figure it out that night in a 4-1 victory for our Herons over New York Red Bull. But both squads tonight going with a 4-4-2. If you missed the starting 11s, coming up next, Ken LaVicka will give them to you again. But this has been your Inter Miami pregame show on the Inter Miami Radio Network on ESPN 1063. We're sending you pitch side to Ken LaVicka and our OG on-site producer, Oscar Gonzalez. Everyone enjoy the game. I'll catch up with you at halftime. I will be handling halftime duties and postgame duties tonight, but we're sending it to Ken right now on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new out. Better.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 1063.
Goal to Messi!
Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
Here's Ken LaVicka.
Inter Miami in desperate need of a feel-good performance after a sleepy outing in Cincinnati midweek, but it's going to have to come in one of the most treacherous home field fortresses in all of Major League Soccer. Inter Miami paying a visit to New York Red Bulls, and we welcome you to Sports Illustrated Stadium. Capacity crowd, Harrison, New Jersey on this Saturday night. I am Ken LaVicka. Inter Miami, 38 points, fifth in the East, coming off of a 3-0 defeat at Cincinnati Wednesday night, visiting New York Red Bulls, who sit 8th in the East on 33 points in the table, 9 victories, 8 defeats, and 6 draws. Again, Sports Illustrated Stadium, where the last time Inter Miami paid a visit, they were drubbed 4-0 last March. To my right, trusty sidekick, Oscar Gonzalez, the OG on-site engineer. Mike Rizzo, back from his ill ways. We are glad that he is healthy again and back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. We'll hear Mike again at halftime. Inter Miami, 11 victories, 4 defeats, 5 draws in this 2025 campaign. Still have the most points per match, still in line if things are able to trend in the right direction for a second straight Supporters Shield, but took a bit of a blow after really being outclassed for 90 full minutes by FC Cincinnati. That was a 3-0 defeat Wednesday night, and the big injury news out of that match was Oscar Ustari, the veteran goalkeeper, the number one all season long for manager Javier Mascherano. Undisclosed ailment. We know that it is an upper leg injury. We don't know the exact muscle, but Javier Mascherano also unable to give a timetable during the course of the week when the team returned to Fort Lauderdale. So for the meantime, and for how long, we're not quite sure. It's Rocco Rios Novo who will be between the sticks for Inter Miami. He will make his second start tonight, his 5th appearance for Inter Miami. He replaced Ustari in the 27th minute at Cincinnati. He conceded twice in that match, the 24-year-old with some major responsibility for an Inter Miami side that wants to try and pick up 3 points in the table. New York Red Bulls, they have been nearly unbeatable at home. Only one loss on home turf in 2025. That came all the way back in April on the wrong end of a 2-1 decision against DC United. 8 wins at home this season for New York Red Bulls. That is tied for the most of any team in Major League Soccer. They have the 3rd most home points of any team in MLS. So Inter Miami has picked a rough place to try and get back to winning ways. Inter Miami head to toe in their pink uniforms, black lettering, numbering, and trim. And it'll be a blue tone on Rios Novo in Inter Miami's goal tonight. Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez are in the starting 11. New York Red Bulls in their red tops with the blue pattern, blue shorts, white lettering, numbering, and trim. Lionel Messi has accounted for the last 5 Inter Miami goals, going all the way back to the final tally in the drubbing delivered to Montreal coming out of the FIFA Club World Cup. Inter Miami 3 points back at Columbus heading into tonight for 4th in the Eastern Conference. Our referee, Victor Rivas. Inter Miami will be on the ball to begin. They will attack left to right upon the whistle from Rivas. And we are underway as Suarez kicks the ball off. After the whistle from Rivas, Harrison, New Jersey, Sports Illustrated Stadium. Inter Miami, 5th in the East, 11 victories, 4 losses, and 5 draws. New York Red Bulls, they are 8th in the East on the right side of the playoff line. They've won 9 times this year. They've been defeated on 8 different occasions, 6 draws on the campaign. Inter Miami, under first-year manager Javier Mascherano, Sandro Schwartz for New York Red Bulls in his 2nd season at the helm. New York Red Bulls, the runner-up in Major League Soccer a year ago, falling 2-1 in the MLS Cup to LA Galaxy. They have been inconsistent so far in 2025, except on their home field, where again, 26 points through 11 matches at home, the 2nd most in that span that they've gained in front of home fans in their illustrious team history. That includes 15, count them, 15 straight postseason appearances. That is the longest playoff streak of any North American professional sports team. We are just over a minute in here. Harrison, New Jersey, about 9 miles from MetLife Stadium, which will host the World Cup next year. And a giveaway in the back end by Inter Miami. Choupo-Moting, right side of the box. He tried to leak across near post through, and it rolled over the feet of Julian Hall, and Rios Novo able to pick up the ground ball. But all sorts of issues in the far right corner. Maxi Falcone misplaying a ball, and Inter Miami fortunate not to concede 90 seconds in. Shades of the disaster start against Montreal, and Inter Miami another giveaway in the left defensive third, but the flag goes up offside as Mohamed Sofo was trying to drive forward. Now, Inter Miami looked lackluster the entire match against FC Cincinnati, looked slow, looked tired, and that is carried into the opening 2 minutes here tonight in New Jersey. Inter Miami 5th in the East, have just come off of 6 straight unbeaten, 5 straight victories. Need to get the pep back in their step a little bit here. Luis Suarez with a press forces New York Red Bulls to retreat all the way to their right defensive third. It's played on to the goalkeeper, the outstanding Carlos Coronel, the Paraguay international, and he restarts play out of the back for New York Red Bulls. And then Inter Miami turns it over in their defensive half. Redondo, a short-range pass too hot to handle near touchline, got past Wagon, and a throw-in for New York Red Bulls. Edwards trying to push the tempo. Inter Miami was not ready for it. The referee blows play dead. And so Edwards will throw it in again here for New York Red Bulls. Back on May the 3rd, Inter Miami 4, New York Red Bulls 1. It was a fairly easy match for Inter Miami. A 9th-minute goal by Fafa Pico got everything off on the right foot. Goals from Marcelo Wagon, Luis Suarez, and Lionel Messi would follow. Messi's goal was the one that certainly made it a mere formality that Inter Miami was going to cruise to a win over New York Red Bulls. The only goal conceded by Inter Miami in that match, May 3rd at Chase Stadium, was off of a corner. Choupo-Moting with a near post to far post header found Sofo, who poked it into goal. Rios Novo in front of his own goal, leaks it across the face of goal, left defensive third, found Maxi Falcone, the left center back tonight for Inter Miami. And a high press, New York, they force the turnover. Left attacking third, on the right wing, spinning and trying to gain room and being pushed and fouled. Daniel Edelman making his 19th start of the year for New York Red Bulls. The foul is on Redondo, as Edelman was a bit too fleet-footed on the ball for Redondo, and it'll be a free kick from about 38 yards for New York Red Bulls. 5 different players in the Sandro Schwartz starting 11 for New York compared to the May 3rd contest in Fort Lauderdale. We are just over 4.5 minutes in New York, about to restart play. 35 yards from Rocco Rios Novo's goal. Free kick, and standing over it, the captain, Emil Forsberg. The Swede chips it high into the box, near post, headed into the middle. It's still a live ball, and then it is right foot toe poked from the top of the box, up and over the crossbar of Rios Novo. But that was a beautiful delivery, finding the head of Noah Ayla, the right back. But there was nobody there at the top of the box to be able to try and put an overly dangerous foot on the ball. Subsequently, Sean Nealis, the center back, was the one who popped it out of play. Oh, a bad giveaway, Lujan. Forsberg gives it Choupo-Moting in the penalty arc, left defensive third. Choupo-Moting delivers it to the left of the box, and now it leaks outside the area. Back heel attempt, Hall trying to get around a defender. Finally cleared by Inter Miami, but job not done. Finally, Messi all the way back deep in the defensive midfield. Had to poke the ball free, and Allende battling on a turn. Well done to get it to Redondo. Now Messi comes forward. He wanted to find Allende in the right attacking half, coming up the right seam, but that was intercepted, in New York right back on the ball. Big pace here for New York early. Forsberg right into the middle, outside the penalty to the right side of the box, and a weak pass attempt to the near post. I think it was mishit by Mohamed Sofo, allowing Rios Novo to sprawl on it and go to ground to stop play for Inter Miami. But Inter Miami is a mess playing out of the back right now, and that should have been a more promising sequence from the right of the box for New York Red Bulls. Well, this is not the start Javier Mascherano was looking for. Inter Miami cannot get the ball out of the midfield. They have not possessed once in their attacking half so far, and we are at the 6:38, 6:39, 6:40 mark of the opening half. I am Ken Levica with you at Sports Illustrated Stadium, and New York Red Bulls far right touchline, left attacking third, going back to work in possession. Sofo along that far touchline, plays it back to Raheem Edwards, and now a long ball into Forsberg in the box. It went off of his back. He was marked well by Wagon. Inter Miami having trouble clearing, and Lujan's going to concede a left attacking third near touchline corner, or a throw-in, I should say. Edwards looking for a new ball. 77 degrees at kickoff. It is humid. Winds out of the south-southeast at 6 miles an hour. Wagon simply clears the ball away from the border of the left attacking third and launches it out of play near touchline, near the center stripe, and that will lead to a New York Red Bulls throw-in. Sandro Schwartz, second year manager, New York Red Bulls. He stalks the touchline. He took over after Gerhard Struber left in May of 2023. A foul against New York Red Bulls. Choupo-Moting ran over Maxi Falcone as they both went up for a 50-50 high bounce ball. And a push in the back from Choupo-Moting to the left of the penalty arc. Sent a forearm into him. Choupo-Moting, the former Bayern Munich man, and Falcone, the Inter Miami left center back. Both bumped fists after that. Good sportsmanship. But Gerhard Struber, the former manager of New York Red Bulls, would go on to Red Bull Salzburg. Now he's the boss at Bristol City in the championship in England. Inter Miami in its left defensive half, trying to find its way into the nether regions of their attacking half. They haven't been there yet. It's been nothing but a fantasy so far for them. And another Inter Miami giveaway in their left defensive third. Jordi Alba had a pass that was blocked right back onto his ankles and across the touchline. He is unhappy. And New York Red Bulls, meanwhile, with another throw-in in the attacking half. Choupo-Moting pinned against the far touchline in the left attacking half, but New York able to find some real estate. They'll roll it back into the center circle, right defensive half. Edwards into the middle, intercepted by Redondo, trying to play it through to Suarez, who was in the attacking half. It didn't get through. Suarez was a bit flat-footed. Rolls all the way to the back line of New York. Suarez gave Redondo a thumbs up, said right idea. 9.5 minutes in, 0-0, Inter Miami and New York, and a giveaway. Messi in the penalty arc, right attacking third, tried to cut through. Sean Nealis could not get by him. It goes off Nealis, out of play, left end line corner, far side to near side. Inter Miami, Messi is kicking himself. All he had to do is beat Nealis, and he was going to have a dangerous shot on target. Well done by Nealis to stand his ground, left side of the area. Inter Miami corner is brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Bronrath, representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. There is the first moment of danger from Inter Miami on this Saturday evening. It comes just shy of 10 minutes. Segovia short corner, sends it Alba, top of the box extended, far side, left side. Delivers it to the middle channel, Messi. Popped it back to Alba, was attempting to, was headed away left side of the box by Red Bulls. Sofo is harassed in the Inter Miami right attacking third, but Segovia is shown yellow for spiking Sofo in the back heel along the touchline. And so at 10.5 minutes in, Talasco Segovia, who only has one touch on the ball to this juncture of the evening, has been carded. Got a little bit too aggressive, trying to press and win the ball back in the Inter Miami right attacking third. So Victor Rivas goes to his pocket early on in this one. Inter Miami was not shown a single card in the 3-0 loss to FC Cincinnati Wednesday night. So a bit of a role reversal here. Inter Miami still without Ian Frey and his injured adductor Noah Allen. Baltasar Rodriguez, their ailing hamstrings. New York Red Bulls, meanwhile, they have a myriad of injuries, including former Inter Miami man Lewis Morgan, who has 4 goals against his former side in this series. He has a thigh problem. Here is Lionel Messi, sends it right attacking third, right of the box, Wagon. A deflected cross to the middle, up and over the head of Suarez, and Coronel skies to grab it with 2 hands at the edge of the 6-yard box. That was a pretty good cross from Wagon. Maybe had a little bit too much air under it. Suarez made a dangerous run, but Cornell able to vacuum it up out of the sky. 0-0 Inter Miami and New York Red Bulls as we approach 12 minutes into this first half. Cameron Harper, knee injury. Serge Goma, the other 2 notable New York Red Bulls injuries. New York last season finished 7th in the East, and then they were nails in the MLS Cup playoffs. Made it all the way to the MLS Cup final, bowed out 2-1 to LA Galaxy as Sofo off a long ball trying to collect himself. Left attacking third right of the box, but as he thied it down, he lost control and it rolls across the far touchline. Inter Miami, deep defensive third throw in left side of the pitch. New York got away with a handball, but Inter Miami will, from about the same area they threw the previous throw in, send it back into play. New York would exact revenge on LA Galaxy back on May the 10th, pounding LA 7-0 right here at Sports Illustrated Stadium, the low point of what has been a nightmare season for the defending champions. Jordi Alba lackluster on the ball, and it's won by New York. Left defensive third, right side of the box. On to Choupo-Moting. He will deliver it back to the right wing outside the area, and a left-footed blast is deflected and out of play over Rocco Rios Novo's goal, and it'll be a corner for New York Red Bulls. That was Noah Ayla who gave it a ride from 35 yards, but Inter Miami had a touch. And it'll be a near side to far side, left attacking third New York Red Bulls corner. It's going to be delivered in swinger from Emil Forsberg, the Swedish international. A massive humanity in front of Rocco Rios Novo's goal in the 14th minute, 0-0. Inter Miami, New York Red Bulls. Forsberg for New York. Good corner, and it leaks into the goal. It was in traffic, and I believe it went off of Hack. Alexander Hack's going to be credited for the goal. It was not cleared away with assurance by Inter Miami, and instead fell off of Hack and across the goal line. Inter Miami concedes. New York Red Bulls the early advantage, 1-0. And Hack was able to raise his left leg, and it simply fell onto his foot and went across the goal line. It may have taken a carom off of Redondo as well. That is really poor marking from Inter Miami. Redondo had Hack in a bear hug, and instead of fronting Hack, he allowed Hack to stick his leg out. He had a full line of vision to that ball and simply directed it home at the mouth of goal. That's not good enough from Federico Redondo in any way. My goodness. It's just a matter of Hack wanting it more than Redondo on that set piece. And for the second time this season, Inter Miami concedes off a corner against New York Red Bulls. What doesn't help, though, Rocco Rios Novo got a brutal read on that well-paced corner. He was nowhere to be found. He was not in the vicinity of the ball at all. And that's the danger of a young, inexperienced keeper like Rios Novo put into a big spot. And he could not answer the bell. 1-0, New York Red Bulls. So Inter Miami chasing the lead again. Redondo gives the ball away at the midfield stripe. Here comes New York Red Bulls again. Edwards, outside left channel. And he is able to maneuver around Redondo to the left of the box. Driving forward, delivers into the middle. Busquets able to corral it, but he gave it right back onto the left foot, left wing of Edelman for New York. It took a wicked carom, though, off his leg, and Inter Miami fortunate to be back on the ball in the defensive midfield. Suarez playing deep and sends a square ball far side and near side to Messi. Good ball from Suarez, good control, Messi. Messi, short ball, Redondo, poked it back to Messi. Left wing, now Segovia on the left flank, right attacking third. Good ball, Suarez left of the area. He sends across left foot. That was cleared away by Nealis. Segovia almost got on the ball outside the penalty yard, but then Inter Miami does win it back. New York Red Bulls slipping and falling. Redondo on the right wing about 6 yards outside the area. Right attacking third, Inter Miami down 1-0 in this 16th minute. Redondo, good ball, Weigott, right of the box. Wins it against Edwards. His cross back post, nobody home. And Sofo able to corral in the box. Makes the turn. Messi bothers him. Messi almost stole it from him. But then along the touchline, Sofo far side is going to blast it into the midfield, where Busquets simply just heads it out of play in the Inter Miami defensive midfield. Across the touchline, it'll be a far side throw-in for New York Red Bulls. Inter Miami came into this match outscoring opponents 16-7 in the first half hour. But for the second time in as many matches, Inter Miami concedes in the opening 30 minutes. Inter Miami wins the ball back in their defensive half off the Red Bulls throw-in. Long ball defensive side to the attacking half. Messi was trying to deliver a ball into the path of Alba, who was on the outside left channel, but it was way too far ahead of him, and New York is going to have Coronel, the goalkeeper, blasted into the midfield. Segovia wins it, though, for Inter Miami. Oh, he threaded the needle on a pass, far side and near side, and Wagon is able to saunter his way into the right attacking half. This is better on the ball from Inter Miami. Busquets, midfield circle, attacking half, now left wing, Segovia to the right attacking third, Alba. Alba whips it across, and Allende could not get on the end of it. Suarez, after the ball took a carom left side of the box, had it go off of his ankle and out of play. Goal kick, New York Red Bulls, but that was a great ball from Alba. Allende, if he was able to direct it on target, might have found it into the back of the net. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. It's Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Ken LaVicka back with you. Harrison, New Jersey, Sports Illustrated Stadium. To my right, the OG, onside engineer Oscar Gonzalez. Mike Rizzo back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. 19th minute, 1-0. New York Red Bulls on top. Alexander Hack, his first goal of the season, off of a corner, and Inter Miami playing from behind once again. Here's Messi. He was stampeded by three defenders in the midfield circle, knocked to the ground. The referee says play on. Messi's incensed. Inter Miami back on the ball. Defensive half delivery. Left of the box, right attacking third. Segovia for Inter Miami. That was a great ball. Now Messi outside the penalty arc. Onto his left foot. Chipped it to Suarez, but it didn't get through. The clearance for New York, but only as far as 30 yards out. Inter Miami has possession once again. Busquets on the outside left channel. Going to send it middle channel, but nearing the attacking midfield is Redondo, and he'll push it back on to Maxi Falcone, and Inter Miami resets along the center stripe. Now it's whipped on near touchline, right attacking third, Wagon to Allende. He's going to defer all the way back to the right of the midfield circle. 20-minute mark of this first half, 1-0 in favor of New York Red Bulls. And New York wins it on the border of the right attacking third for Inter Miami. A whistle and a stoppage and a foul against Inter Miami. It's against Wagon. That stopped play, and it'll be a free kick, defensive half near side. New York Red Bulls, and Hack, the goal scorer, is going to play it back onto his goalkeeper, left side of the area, Carlos Coronel. New York Red Bulls, they've played 11 home matches. They're into match number 12. They have not been clean-sheeted at home this season. That will continue here tonight with Inter Miami conceding early off the corner. Trickled into the back of goal by Alexander Hack, who outmuscled Redondo for a right to that ball after Forsberg whipped in the near side corner. And now Inter Miami playing out of the left defensive half. Redondo had it tackled away, and Forsberg has it now in the left attacking half for New York Red Bulls. Ball is curled from near side to the middle for Choupo-Moting, 40 yards from goal. But New York is going to opt to play it back into the right defensive half. Falcone, physical defense, trying to make Ronald Doncourt's life difficult, but New York driving left attacking third into the right wing. A pass far side to the left of the penalty arc was intercepted by Wagon. Good intuition there from Wagon to end that potential danger. And now Wagon moseying in the left defensive third. Will send it to the middle channel in that defensive half for Redondo. Redondo on to Wagon. Inter Miami once again looks slow, like they did against FC Cincinnati. New York Red Bulls taking a page out of the FC Cincinnati book and really pushing the pace, trying to force Inter Miami to play athletic, which they do not want to. Coronel is out of his box off a long ball from the defensive half of Inter Miami and rolls all the way onto Coronel, who shuffles back into his box and gets play restarted for New York Red Bulls, who again come into tonight 8th in the East, 5 points back of 5th place Inter Miami in the Eastern Conference. Someone other than Lionel Messi needs to score for Inter Miami. Redondo off a loose ball aerial duel on the border of the New York Red Bulls left attacking third. Redondo able to come from behind and allow Inter Miami's defense to gain possession. Busquets outside of the penalty arc rolls it to the left of the defensive midfield circle. Suarez, now Alba. He'll crawl his way into the left attacking half, make it right attacking half. Now Segovia coming up the right wing. He's turned off the ball momentarily by Edelman, but maintained possession. But then a pass far side and near side intercepted. Getting a foot on it was Hall, but then Busquets won it right back in the center circle for Inter Miami. Weigott in the right attacking half, right of the midfield circle, sent a square ball to Alba, touched on to Segovia, now rolled to Busquets, 40 yards out. Now middle channel, Messi in an attacking area. Messi, Suarez, now back to Messi, middle channel. Great ball left of the box. Here's Alba, and he blasts it by Coronel from the left portion of the 6-yard box. What a beautiful delivery from Lionel Messi, and Alba with the force. Coronel didn't stand a chance as it missiles its way into the upper right. We are level 1-1, 24th minute. Jordi Alba. It's the first MLS goal of the season for Alba, and Inter Miami shows life in New Jersey. The equalizer. It was great build-up and then superb vision from Lionel Messi as he threaded the needle by 3 defenders. Difficult angle goal by Alba, but he took the left-footed shot with conviction. Could not have placed it more perfect. With the pace, Coronel would have needed a suit of armor to confidently get in front of that ball. And Jordi Alba has us level at 1. And that ends a streak of 5 straight Inter Miami goals scored by Lionel Messi. Moments ago, we talked about somebody other than 10 needs to score for Inter Miami, so number 18 comes to the rescue. And we are across the 25-minute threshold. Inter Miami and New York Red Bulls 1-1. For Lionel Messi, that is his 8th goal of the season. He now has 24 goal contributions in 2025. Now Inter Miami back on the ball. Well done, Gonzalo Lujan, to cut off a pass at the border of the Inter Miami defensive third. And Inter Miami looks like a more confident bunch right now. Luis Suarez, by the way, was a big part of that build-up as well. Can't ignore him on that. Suarez is chopped down right of the midfield circle in the right attacking half. Out against Ronald Doncourt, the midfielder for New York Red Bulls. So Inter Miami restarts play in their right attacking half. 1-1. New York, a goal off a corner. Alexander Hack in the opening 15. Jordi Alba in the 24th minute with a goal run of play on an assist from Lionel Messi. And now Inter Miami has it right attacking third again. Left wing, Suarez looking for reinforcement. Suarez to the penalty arc. Here's Messi. Messi tries to find Alba again. He does play back. Segovia, who scores! Alba fed it to a late charging Segovia just outside the 6-yard box. With touch, put it off of Coronel's outstretched hands, and it's able to trickle across the goal line. Inter Miami scores twice in 2.5 minutes. First it was Alba, then Alba assists Segovia. 2-1, Inter Miami. More superb buildup, and Suarez part of the buildup again. Messi may get credit for an assist on this as well. What a right-footed first-time finish from Segovia, who was marked well with his right foot able to beat the center back. Sean Nealis to the ball. Oh, that delivery from Alba, who had his momentum carrying him to the end line and still was able to put it on a platter just outside the left portion of the 6-yard box, in Segovia with the finish. This is better from Inter Miami. This is the most free-flowing attack we've seen since they came back from the FIFA Club World Cup. And another turnover in New York. Right attacking third, Suarez. Suarez to Messi, middle channel. Messi left foot. It took a deflection and almost winning the goal again. It's wide of the near post. It went off of Ayla of New York, and it almost found its way into the back of the net. Or did it hit Segovia? Oh my goodness, Inter Miami has New York Red Bulls under siege right now. It did go off of Segovia, so it's a goal kick. Coronel was able to track that Messi shot, but almost like hockey, Segovia, with the screen in front of the keeper, almost got his second of the night with a fortuitous deflection. 2-1 Inter Miami. This match has changed in a hurry. And Maxi Falcone called for a foul as New York Red Bulls sprinted into the left attacking half. Choupo-Moting was spiked by a low tackling Falcone. This will be a direct free kick right around 35 yards out or so. And a yellow is shown to Maxi Falcone. Inter Miami's second yellow of the night. First it was Segovia, now it's Falcone who goes into the book of Victor Rivas in the 28th minute. 2-1 Inter Miami. Forsberg will handle the free kick. Will he try and put it on Rocco Rios Novo's goal, or is he going to try and pick out an attacker in red for New York Red Bulls? Rios Novo sets up his wall. Rios Novo wearing blue tonight, making his second start of the season in goal for Inter Miami. Inter Miami lines up just inside the border of the top of the box. Allende, Redondo, Segovia, Suarez, all part of a four-man wall. Forsberg, 4 yards outside the penalty arc. Right foot, and he sent it high and wide. Left part of Rios Novo's goal. Wanted to curl it into the upper left. Rios Novo tracked it well. It was struck well, but not accurately. And Inter Miami survives that set piece. And it's still 2-1 Inter Miami. We are across the half-hour threshold. And boy, what an opening 30 it's been. Inter Miami didn't really show up into the match for the first 22 minutes or so, and then it's been all Inter Miami since then. 2 goals in 2.5 minutes, Alba and Segovia. And we have a hydration break. Now I'm curious, a cooling break, and the temperature 70, well, I guess we are just over the 75 degrees that's mandated. It's close, but better safe than sorry. So everybody heads over to the touchline for the hydration break. Let's recap your 11 here for both sides on the pitch while we're at it. For Inter Miami, Rocco Rios Novo in goal with a back line of Alba, Falcone, Lujan, Wegan. Midfielders, Talasco, Segovia, Sergio Busquets, Federico Redondo, Tadeo Allende, and a top 2 of Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi, who's wearing the captain's armband for New York Red Bulls. Carlos Coronel in goal. Alexander Hack, Sean Nealis, Noah Ayla. The back line with Raheem Edwards, Daniel Edelman, Ronald Doncourt, Mohamed Sofo in the midfield, Emil Forsberg in the attack in midfield, and Julian Hall and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting up top. Forsberg is the captain for New York Red Bulls. The opening goal this match, Alexander Hack for New York Red Bulls. And it came off of a corner. The assist for Forsberg, that was the 15th minute. But then Alba and Segovia with goals 2.5 minutes separated, 24th and 27th officially. And it is official per Major League Soccer. Messi will get an assist for the second goal as well. We knew the first one, but Suarez also credited with an assist on that goal. And then Messi credited on the second one as well. The direct assist came from Alba, but make it 25 goal contributions for Lionel Messi on the season and 2 goals tonight. Good job, Gonzalo Lujan, off a loose ball in front of his own box to win it now. Tadeo Allende sprints into the right attacking half. Has it in the middle channel off a feed from Messi. Nearly gave it away, but is able to toe poke it back to the center stripe right of the midfield circle to Weigott, and Inter Miami resets. Some urgency now in the press of New York Red Bulls. Rios Novo into the middle channel. That was scary. Busquets able to get on it for Inter Miami. Now near side Lujan curls the ball to Allende. Can he make the turn along the touchline near side? No, but the ball rolls out of play. It'll be a throw in Inter Miami near side right attacking half in that attacking midfield. It's thrown in by Weigott all the way back into the left defensive third of Inter Miami, and it'll be scooted on to Rios Novo from Gonzalo Lujan, making his first start since the injury he suffered second half pre-FIFA Club World Cup against Montreal in Fort Lauderdale. He came in as a substitute in his return against Cincinnati, and then starts tonight in place of Tomas Aviles. Oh, Messi took a big shot head-to-head in the midfield circle from Ronald Doncourt, who thrust his temple at the forehead of Lionel Messi. A card's going to be shown, and that's cheap stuff from Ronald Doncourt. And Messi went down in a heap, clutching at his head. That's dangerous from Doncourt. There's no reason for that whatsoever. And he's lucky he's shown just a yellow. So the first booking of the night to New York Red Bulls. And the referee, Victor Rivas, had some extra words to say to Doncourt and the Inter Miami players, including Suarez. And you can already see a bump is forming on the head of Lionel Messi. Suarez was jawing at Doncourt. Inter Miami off the restart, nearly had a ball fall to their feet outside the penalty arc, but New York is back on it in their defensive half. Pass from the defensive half for New York never got through, but it falls right back on to midfielder Daniel Edelman. Aerial ball into the left attacking half of New York. Inter Miami is able to extinguish that, and they win into the midfield. Allende, short-range pass. Here is Messi, great turn. Now to the outside right channel, right attacking third, right of the box. Allende catches up to the ball, sends it right wing Messi. Messi on his left foot, short range Redondo, trying to feed it right side of the area for Weigott, and a whistle and a foul against New York as Messi went to ground, and he's going to have a free kick opportunity, it appears, from about 30 yards out on the right flank. Does he have enough distance to put a shot on goal? We're going to find out. Messi's going to think about it. He's going to eye it. Is this too far for Messi to put enough pace on it to test Coronel? The Messi chance started on the road in New Jersey. 2-1 Inter Miami, 36th minute. Messi looks on. He's about even with the near post. He's on the right flank. Messi, 69 free kick goals in his career from 30 yards. Messi approaches, and it's right into the wall, blocked back. But then Alba feeds it into the box. It's headed away by New York, right side of the area. Good hustle, Redondo, to try and keep it alive. The race is on for it in the midfield. Segovia is going to sweep it back after taking a push to the back from Choupo-Moting on the Weigott. Good effort from Telasco Segovia, who came from the far side to the near side to range and allow Inter Miami's back line to continue with possession. That ball from Messi looked like it was sitting up a bit on this natural surface. He didn't get a great foot on it. 2-1 Inter Miami. A turnover, and New York has into the left attacking half. Oh, a bunch of phenomenal through balls. Forsberg was taken down outside the penalty arc. The referee says play on. He is furious. Meanwhile, Inter Miami is going to try and push forward. And now Alba from his left back position in the left defensive half. Suarez is pushed down. The referee says play on. Inter Miami still has it. Square ball, Alba, as he sidewinds the ball far side and near side on the money to Weigott. Busquets couldn't link up with Lionel Messi in the defensive midfield, and it leads to New York on the run. Here they come in the right side of the box, trying to play it back, trying to hold up play. Sofo near the border of the box. He was dispossessed by Redondo, and Sofo's grabbing and clutching at his shirt, and then an offside against New York, as Redondo had successfully boxed out Sofo, working hard. And then the 38th minute, Inter Miami has possession, 2-1 with the lead. Oh, look out. Oh, great job, Gonzalo Lujan. After play was restarted, that ball hung up in the air, far side to the middle forever. Lujan able to cut off a hard charging Julian Hall, and now Inter Miami is going to stay patient in their left defensive half. Alba into the midfield. Suarez tried to touch it onto Segovia along the far touchline. It went across the touchline, and the referee said play on. Segovia was late to react to that good ball from Suarez, and Inter Miami got a break, and you know what? So be it. The intensity in this match has been there from the start for New York Red Bulls, but Inter Miami, once they've grown into this match, now with the 2-1 lead thanks to goals from Alba and Segovia, they have brought some force to this one. They have been awoken. Busquets, left attacking half, far side, on to Alba briefly, back to Busquets. The experienced champion midfielder will play it further into the left defensive third of Inter Miami. Weigand on to Redondo in the middle, now back to Weigand. Good ball on to Messi, right attacking half. He's got reinforcements on the flanks. Picks out Segovia left wing. Right attacking third. Segovia left side of the box. And his left-footed shot rolls to Coronel, who makes the save. Segovia upset himself. He didn't put more pace on that shot. But New York Red Bull defenders are screaming at one another. That was a huge breakdown. And now New York back the other way. Hall chugs forward left of the area. Tackled away by Lujan. Hall's able to recover along the near touchline in the left attacking third. Played back middle channel. Edelman in the attacking midfield left side of the pitch for the host New York Red Bulls. 39th minute. Inter Miami 2, New York Red Bulls 1. Forsberg, the captain for New York. He'll spray a ball to the far touchline. On the right side in the left attacking half. Now making a turn, Doncourt couldn't progress towards the area, but now a ball is whipped in far side into the box. Falcone headed it away out of the middle, and then Weigand chops at a ball. Best he can do is clear it out of play near touchline. Left attacking third New York Red Bulls, but Weigand, the Inter Miami right back, at least forcing a throw in and not an adventurous play out of the back. Back to the box, New York Red Bulls. They have some room to operate. Good job sweeping it away, Lujan. And he forces a turnover. Oh, no, it wasn't a turnover. I thought that Hack couldn't keep it in play on the near touchline. Instead, he sends a square ball across the far touchline in the Inter Miami left defensive third. So after all that, Inter Miami will indeed have possession again via a throw-in. We are into the final 5 minutes of the opening half. Inter Miami 2, New York Red Bulls 1. All-time in MLS play, New York has a 6-5 advantage. No draws in the series over Inter Miami. No Oscar Ustari tonight for Inter Miami, 39-year-old goalkeeper. He has an upper leg injury. The timeline of his recovery, nobody's real sure, at least publicly, for Inter Miami. So Rocco Rios Novos in goal and starting for the second time in his Inter Miami career. Maxi Falcone for Inter Miami, left center back. In his left defensive third, pops the ball far touchline in that same half. Suarez, good long ball forward on the chase. Allende, left side of the box, and Allende with a miserable first touch. And the ball just simply trickles across the far left end line and out of play. Allende was 1v1 with a defender, and he just chunked the ball out of play for a goal kick. Allende can make up a lot of ground. He has long strides. He has good intuition to goal, but that first touch has got to improve. And we've said it multiple times this season, and that was another example of it. Forsberg at the border of the left attacking third, feeds the ball upper left of the box. Choupo-Moting. Choupo-Moting lays it off. Edge of the box extended, far side, left side. Oh, an outstanding tackle, Redondo and Weigand for Inter Miami. And now Weigand will lay it off Messi, who's in the left defensive half. Good ball to Allende. And now Redondo, a square ball near side to far side, and before it even got to Jordi Alba, Alba applauded Redondo for the delivery. It was right on the mark, one hop. Busquets into the right attacking half, far left touchline. Segovia bracketed by 2 defenders. Now back to Alba, far side left defensive half, and Inter Miami's going to reset out of the back. A ball was blocked back. Lujan simply going to push it with the right foot back to Rios Novos in front of his own goal. Look out, not a lot of pace as he delivered a pass to Redondo. Inter Miami was able to blast it out of their defensive half, and New York has it in their near attacking, or defensive midfield, I should say. And Redondo has been busy for Inter Miami. He just won another turnover. Forsberg and Edwards weren't on the same page. Redondo, with his big, lanky frame, just stepped in there and said, thank you, I'll take that. And I'm actually Falcone in the right side of his area. Onto his goalkeeper, Rios Novo. Pressed hard by Julian Hall. And Inter Miami is going to sweep it out of the back. Messi, good one touch, back to Allende. Beautiful ball forward. Right attacking third, Suarez. Lays it off Messi. Hard charging middle channel. Messi tackled down well by Hack. They still fight for the ball, and New York wins it. Boy, Messi just had Hack make a beautiful defensive play. That was as clean a tackle as you're going to see on Lionel Messi. Suarez probably could have tried to run in on goal. You can tell he just doesn't have a lot of burst of speed. That's why he laid it back to Messi. Lujan mishits a header in the defensive midfield, and New York is on it. And they have a 4-on-3, but Maxi Falcone sticks out a right foot and is able to win it on the right channel defensive half. And Inter Miami will play out of the defensive half, but Segovia has it go through him. Look out, here is New York Red Bulls right side of the box. Chunking a ball was Hall, but a foul is called on Sergio Busquets of Inter Miami. You thought that he got a clean play on the ball as Hall was lining up a shot with his momentum carrying him away from goal, and instead it's going to be a free kick. And Sergio Busquets didn't touch him. On the replay, Julian Hall was off balance. As I was saying, his momentum carrying him away from goal. He was trying to chop the ball across his body to his left. He lost his footing on his own, and the referee awards a free kick. Oh, that is miserable from Victor Rivas. And now a set-piece opportunity for a New York Red Bulls attack that's already capitalized on one here in this first half. Inter Miami 2, New York Red Bulls 1, 44-43, 44-44 on this first half clock. And New York Red Bulls getting a gift from our referee. This will come from about 24 yards. This is just inside the right border of the box. Emil Forsberg will do the duties. 5 added minutes, 5 minutes of extra time. And Forsberg approaches, right foot on Rios Novo, offside netting near post. Rios Novo, it tracked well. The crowd reacted a bit because they thought it was in the back of the net, but that was comfortably against side netting. Forsberg couldn't whip it around with his right foot as much as he would have liked. And it remains 2-1 Inter Miami. So with us in the extra 5 minutes of added time here in this first half, presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q5 today at your local South Florida Audi dealer or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. Rios Novo, a minute into the added 5 here, end of first half, 2-1 Inter Miami on top. The ball is headed down by Hack by New York in the New York defensive half. And New York is on it in their defensive half, but Jordi Alba is going to take it right off of the feet of Mohamed Sofo and beautifully lay it off to Sergio Busquets before he got into the left defensive third. Luis Suarez at the midfield circle far side. Give it off Redondo, and now Busquets with the left foot is simply going to strike it back in front of his own penalty arc to Gonzalo Lujan. Now Lionel Messi in the defensive midfield. Messi near side to far side, roller for Falcone. Falcone charges forward. Now Jordi Alba, the left back. Gives it back to Falcone. Redondo directing traffic. Falcone delivered it back to Lujan, and now near touchline left defensive third. Weygott for Inter Miami, lobs the ball to the midfield stripe. Allende tried to ninja kick it on to Messi, but he played it right to New York, and the Red Bulls will trickle it back to their own goalkeeper, right side of the pitch in his own box, Carlos Coronel. 47:03 on the clock, 2 minutes into an added 5. And Allende has it, defensive midfield for Inter Miami, off to Redondo. He faces goal, and now Busquets swipes the ball. Midfield stripe, Alba, far side. Floats into the penalty arc. It is falling to Redondo. Redondo still on it. Redondo through 3 defenders. Redondo couldn't find real estate. Still loose. Segovia scores from the top of the box. After that scrum, Segovia had it fall to his right foot. He picked his spot inside the far post. Segovia has a first half brace. Inter Miami 3, New York Red Bulls 1. They score in added time. It has been all Inter Miami from the 20th minute on. That was a mess from the New York Red Bulls defense. 3 bodies on the ground as Redondo just sat and continued to stab at it with a right foot over and over and over again. And finally it caromed away from all of that massive humanity. Telasco Segovia standing right there to simply direct it inside that post. Far side, right portion of Coronel's goal, and it's 3-1 Inter Miami. Inter Miami, this is the most aggressive we have seen them since probably the FIFA Club World Cup. Pressure in waves, imposing their will here tonight in New Jersey against a side that's only lost once on home turf all season. Here is Hack. He delivers right side of the box, just it down. Rios Novo with a save on the near post, but the flag was up offside. Oh, that was scary though, as Doncor had a leak behind Falcone. Was able to put a shot on target with a right foot. Rios Novo equal to the task, leaked to rebound. Falcone was able to swipe it away from the goal line. None of it mattered though. He was a full body, Doncor for New York, a full body offside. We have about a minute remaining of the additional 5. Telasco Segovia has 2 first half goals. Starting the scoring for Inter Miami was Jordi Alba. It's 3-1 Inter Miami. 2 assists tonight for Lionel Messi. Can Inter Miami press for more? Messi, middle channel, Segovia sprays it to the outside, right attacking third, Allende. He heads to the box, gives it off Redondo to the right of the area. Redondo squares up, his cross, up and over a player. It falls to Messi, left portion of the box, back heel. Here is Alba, left of the box. Oh, he nutmegs a man, trying to feed it to Messi in the middle of the box. And that was one pass too many, but look at Alba come up and steal it away, but his pass was off the mark. Forsberg had it swiped away by Redondo, but New York on the push, on the counter, left attacking half, remain on the ball, and then a really dangerous tackle for Weygott as he is going to be shown yellow, escorting Hall to the turf. Right idea from Weygott, but he had his studs up. And it's the 3rd booking of the first half for Inter Miami, and this one of Marcelo Weygott. That's tough luck as he was making a good aggressive defensive play, but his boot did come up pretty easy, especially the referee's vantage point behind the play. We've played 6 minutes of added time. Forsberg left attacking third for New York. 3-1 Inter Miami. Edwards. He had it tackled away by Weygott. Left of the box extended near side. Weygott tackled it away. It rolls out a play off Weygott. Edwards wasn't happy with the physicality of the tackle. And now the referee blows the whistle into the first half. Javier Mascherano wondering why there was so much extra time put on. And everybody is going to go to the dressing room, and we'll see if cooler heads prevail. There is an edge to this Inter Miami side. After conceding early off a corner, Alexander Hack putting New York Red Bulls up 1-0. Inter Miami surges into the lead. Jordi Alba scores in the 24th. Telasco Segovia 2.5 minutes later. He has Italian, then adds a brace. 45+3 at halftime. Inter Miami 3, New York Red Bulls 1. Mike Rizzo, your halftime show next. This is Inter Miami football.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Breaking news on ESPN 1063 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 1063 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 1063 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 1063 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all made better.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 1063. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Now back to Messi, middle channel. Great ball left of the box. Here's Alba, and he blasts it by Coronel from the left portion of the 6-yard box. What a beautiful delivery from Lionel Messi, and Alba with the force. Coronel didn't stand a chance as it missiles its way into the upper right. We are level 1-1, 24th minute. Jordi Alba. It's the first MLS goal of the season for Alba, and Inter Miami shows life in New Jersey.
After that point, our Herons started dominating the game, and they really haven't looked back. That was the 24th minute. Jordi Alba finding the back of the net from Lionel Messi. Folks, 3-1. Your halftime score is our Inter Miami Herons up 2 goals on the New York Red Bulls. Welcome on into the halftime show. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. Jordi Alba finding the back of the net in the 24th minute. And then the story of the first half is Telasco Segovia. Segovia with a brace at halftime. It's the second time this season Telasco Segovia has had a brace in the first half. Let's rewind all the way back to the beginning of the MLS season against the Houston Dynamo in Houston. Segovia had a brace in that first half as well. So this is kind of, I want to say, common territory for Telasco Segovia, who is putting on an absolute show at Sports Illustrated Stadium in New York. But 3-1, your halftime score, and Inter Miami dominating the possession. 66% of possession comparatively to New York Red Bulls 34. Expected goals, if you're into that thing, 0.72 comparatively to 0.59. So Inter Miami ahead on the XG as well. Both teams have 6 total shots, 12 on the game. Inter Miami are Herons, 4 on target. Red Bull 2. Both teams with 1 big chance at the halfway mark. And as far as saves, 1 save on each side. So each goalkeeper having to kind of step up to the plate 1 time in the first half. Now, the Red Bull certainly have leaked a few more. 3 goals for Inter Miami compared to 1. And let's actually listen to New York Red Bull's first goal. Their first goal of the game, it came off of a set piece. Alexander Hack, the 31-year-old German man, Hack, able to find the back of the net. And ironically, the 1 goal that the Red Bulls scored back on May 3rd when Inter Miami won at Chase Stadium 4-1, the 1 goal they scored came off of a set piece from Choupo-Moting. But this time around, Alexander Hack opened up the scoring for the New York Red Bulls early on in the 15th minute. Let's take a listen.
Forsberg for New York. Good corner, and it leaks into the goal. It was in traffic, and I believe it went off of Hack. Alexander Hack's going to be credited for the goal. It was not cleared away with assurance by Inter Miami, and instead fell off of Hack and across the goal line. Inter Miami concedes. New York Red Bulls the early advantage, 1-0.
So Red Bulls striking first in that 15th minute, but it's really been all Inter Miami after they were able to knot it up. You heard it at the beginning of this segment. Let's hear Jordi Alba, courtesy of Lionel Messi.
Now back to Messi, middle channel. Great ball left of the box. Here's Alba, and he blasts it by Coronel from the left portion of the 6-yard box. What a beautiful delivery from Lionel Messi, and Alba with the force. Coronel didn't stand a chance as it missiles its way into the upper right. We are level 1-1, 24th minute. Jordi Alba. It's the first MLS goal of the season for Alba, and Inter Miami shows life in New Jersey.
It was a great ball into Jordi Alba from Lionel Messi. Messi credited with the assist. Now let's take a listen to Telasco Segovia, his first goal of 2 in that first half. Let's listen to Segovia.
Messi tries to find Alba again. He does play back Segovia, who scores! Alba fed it to a late charging Segovia just outside the 6-yard box. With touch, put it off of Coronel's outstretched hands, and it's able to trickle across the goal line. Inter Miami scores twice in 2.5 minutes. First it was Alba, then Alba assists Segovia. 2-1, Inter Miami.
As the great Ken Levica says there, 2.5 minutes separated the 2 goals that gave Inter Miami the 2-1 lead in the 27th minute. And then this one came in the 48th, right before halftime. There were 5 minutes of extra time added on by the referee. Let's take a listen. In the 48th minute, Telasco Segovia finding his brace for the second time this year in the first half.
Still loose. Segovia scores from the top of the box. After that scrum, Segovia had it fall to his right foot. He picked his spot inside the far post. Segovia has a first half brace. Inter Miami 3, New York Red Bulls 1. They score in added time. It has been all Inter Miami from the 20th minute on.
So Telasco Segovia getting that brace, making things 3-1 before the half. Now, a couple of players, a couple of bookings in that first half for our Inter Miami Herons. Telasco Segovia got booked before you could basically say go. In about the 10th minute, Segovia got booked with a yellow card. Problem is, I was about to say, maybe someone subs on for him, maybe in the 76th minute. Guy's on a brace, though. It's hard to take the best player in that first half off of the pitch. Segovia at halftime, if you're into MR, which is match rating, he's got like an 8.7 at halftime. So it's going to be tough to take him off. My best guess, if they do take off one Telasco Segovia, I'm assuming Fafa Pico would slide in to that left mid spot. Maxi Falcone picked up a card as well. Your defenders on the bench, Toto Aviles and Ryan Saylor. Aviles on the year has picked up a couple of yellow cards. He even got sent off in week 1 against NYCFC. So interesting if Mascherano sticks with Falcone in that second half. And then Marcelo Weigant right before the break, he picked up a card as well. The issue there's no fullback on the bench, at least by position. Now, we've seen Gonzalo Luan step out and play fullback before. Maybe Aviles or Saylor sub on in for Weigant. Luan moves over to right back, but no fullbacks on the bench for Javier Mascherano. Might be an interesting thing to keep an eye on for our Herons. But halftime, 3-1. Jordi Alba scored in the 24th. Telasco Segovia on a brace in the 27th and the 48th, rather 45 plus extra time. But we're sending you back pitch side. Ken Levica, the voice of the Herons, coming up next. He's got your second half. And shout out our OG on-site producer, Oscar Gonzalez. Second half coming your way. Herons, Red Bull on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new better.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. But the truth is, they couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to deliver brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. Now, their dedicated financial teams are ready to do the boring work to help you unlock your own brilliance. Let's see what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken Levica.
A wild first half and a 3-1 Inter Miami lead at New York Red Bulls. It is the largest opposition output that an opponent has dropped against New York Red Bulls this season at Sports Illustrated Stadium. And Inter Miami with the 2-goal lead, 3-1. Now, keep in mind, last time out for New York Red Bulls, right here in Harrison, New Jersey, a sleepy, lackluster opening half trailed New England Revolution 2-0 Wednesday night. New York exploded for 5 goals in the second half and brought to a 5-3 victory. So nothing set in stone at all here tonight for Inter Miami. Still a lot to be done in the final 45. However, Inter Miami is 4-0 this season when leading at halftime. So that is a certainly encouraging number, but New York Red Bulls is the most dominant second half team at home in all of Major League Soccer. They are prodigious, in fact. They are plus 13 in the second half at home in goal differential in 2025. So again, while we all feel great right now about the Jordi Alba goal, the brace for Telesco Segovia in the first half, things are far, far, far from over here on this Saturday evening in the New York metro area. Ken LaVicka back with you, Sports Illustrated Stadium, Harrison, New Jersey, formerly Red Bull Arena. To my right, onside engineer, the OG, Oscar Gonzalez, Mike Rizzo, up off the mat. Back in the network studios in West Palm Beach. Dazzling as always, outstanding halftime work there. We'll hear him again. And what we're hoping is a happy post game and 3 points in the table, but Inter Miami has its work cut out for it. Yes, a 3-1 advantage, but a New York Red Bull side that will get after you in the second half at home. Play restarted, but then the referee, Victor Rivas, says, hold on, I wasn't ready. Do we have a pitch invader? I think we do. I think that's the case of the stoppage here. Some security walked onto the pitch, as is typical when Lionel Messi is present. And overly exuberant fan looking for a selfie, running onto the pitch, and now the PA announcer here in New Jersey is warning further fans against invading the pitch. Inter Miami in its pink uniforms head to toe, black lettering, numbering, and trim. New York Red Bulls, red tops, blue design, blue shorts, white lettering, numbering, and trim. And now we are officially back underway. Inter Miami on the attack in the second half, right to left. They have beaten Carlos Coronel, the Paraguayan international goalkeeper, 3 different times here tonight. New York Red Bulls will head towards the right attacking third, towards Rocco Rios Novo's Inter Miami goal. New York Red Bulls into the left, or make it a right attacking third right away, left of the box. But falling down, Julian Hall, and Redondo wins the ball back for Inter Miami. Now a long ball sent ahead into the defensive midfield of Inter Miami, won right back by New York Red Bulls. Falcone, good job near the penalty arc to win the ball away again. And now Inter Miami, here they come, left attacking half. Here's Suarez near side, into the middle for Messi. Messi wanted Suarez, who he was expecting to make a run up the left channel, and Suarez held up his run for some reason. Messi looked at him as if to ask, what are you doing? Trying to play him through, and Suarez said, I needed to go horizontal run because I just don't have it to go vertical. Oh, this is a good touch, left side of the box, New York. Here's a cross intended for Choupo-Moting, who was making a run up the middle, but it was too far ahead of him from Hall. Rios Novo watched the ball go right across the face of goal and then roll out of play, right end line. On that far post side, the left side of Rios Novo. Goal kick for Inter Miami. And they'll attempt to play out of the back again. It took Inter Miami about 20 minutes, and Segovia a little bit sloppy in the right defensive third on the touchline, allowing the ball to go off his right foot and conceding a throw in. But Inter Miami needed about 20 minutes to wake up and get involved in the match. By that time, they were already down 1-0 after a corner was left-footed home by Alexander Hack, short range. Poor marking from Inter Miami. Not great goalkeeping from Rios Novo either. But then Inter Miami took a couple of knocks, some hard fouls from New York. Lionel Messi then needled a beautiful ball through to Jordi Alba, left side of the box. He finished, and it was game on for Inter Miami. 3 unanswered, 3-1 lead. We are nearly 4 minutes in to half number 2. New York taking its time in the attack. They're on the board of the right attacking third. The intended target from the middle channel was Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting. He never made a play on it, though. And he is barking out instructions to some of his teammates, in particular receiving the brunt of it, Mohamed Sofo, while Inter Miami gets a goal kick ready after that ball rolled across the end line. Both sides have some players starting to get loose. Javier Mascherano, Inter Miami. Sandro Schwartz, New York Red Bulls. Inter Miami has yet to have really much possession at all in their attacking half. Left side of the pitch here in the second half. 49-21, 49-22, 49-23. New York Red Bulls, they have scored 16 goals, conceded 3 in the second half at home this season. I mean, that is massively dominant. So if you think this is going to be easy to hang on to a 2-goal lead against this New York Red Bull side here at this venue, you are sadly mistaken. Plus 13 second half goal differential, far and away the best mark in all of Major League Soccer. It took New York no time to erase a 2-goal deficit against New England Revolution Wednesday night. 5 second half tallies for New York Red Bulls. As part of that onslaught, Edelman scored in the 56th, and then it was a deluge. Meanwhile, Inter Miami winning the ball in its right attacking third. Lujan is called for a foul, a tackle from behind on Forsberg. And Forsberg's going to attempt a free kick direct straight on, 30 yards away. It was a late tackle from Lujan, who was trying to deny a ball from getting to Forsberg. Lujan's probably pretty fortunate he wasn't carded. So into the 50th minute, direct free kick. Emil Forsberg wearing the captain's armband for New York. Rocco Rios Novo in blue, goalkeeper Inter Miami looks on. Forsberg takes an eye at goal, looks at his options. This is actually more like 35 yards. I'm not sure he's going to put it on target. Forsberg floats a ball left side of the area, headed away by Suarez, and it will bandy outside of the box, but New York still on it, making a big run to the end line, left side of the box. And having a cross deflected out of play was Raheem Edwards. Falcone nearly fell down defensively, was blown by, did enough to recover to deny the feed on the near post, but it's a far side to near side, right attacking third corner, New York Red Bulls. 3-1 Inter Miami. Forsberg. An in-swinging corner coming. The whistle blows before the ball is delivered. The referee, Victor Rivas, saw pushing and shoving and jostling, and is going to go talk to Marcelo Weigott of Inter Miami and say, I don't want to see any more of that. Weigott, whatever he did down there, forceful enough to stop play. He's already on a card. He's got to be careful. So now Forsberg going to attempt again, and now Choupo-Moting rode Falcone to the ground in front of goal. And Rivas won't allow the corner to be delivered. Now he's going to try this again. Forsberg, far side to near side corner. There are bodies flying everywhere. It's sent to the near post. It went off of an ankle. Was delivered outside the area, then Segovia, a nifty slide tackle to further the ball forward for Inter Miami. But then Messi's dispossessed, only to have Alba come up and blast it off of a New York player. Edwards, far touchline, Inter Miami right defensive half, and Inter Miami with a throw-in. It is physical out there. 3-1 Inter Miami. Jordi Alba along the touchline, left defensive half, found Messi, and Messi is cut down outside right channel by Doncourt, and a foul is called. Doncourt is on a yellow card. He's got to be careful. Messi, some signature evasive footwork, and that forced that foul from Doncourt. Man, that was really borderline. If he's not on a yellow, I bet he gets his first yellow. Victor Rivas doing everything to not deliver a second yellow to New York's Ronald Doncourt. No, he is going to get one. A yellow's been shown to Edwards. Is it for dissension? Because Edwards didn't commit the foul. It was on Doncourt. Raheem Edwards for New York Red Bulls has been shown yellow. It's for dissent. And now Inter Miami restarts, is about to restart play. Just outside, it's left attacking third. On the right flank, Lionel Messi going to deliver to something into the box, or is he going to play it short? We'll see. 54th minute. 3-1 Inter Miami. Messi sends it into the box. Good pace, but nobody there. It takes a one-hop on to Coronel in front of goal, and I believe that is going to count as a shot on target. So as we cross the threshold into the 54th minute, Inter Miami still leads New York Red Bulls 3-1. Inter Miami second halves this season, 20 goals, 18 conceded. They outscore opponents 13-7, make it 15-7 now, minute 16 to the hour mark away this year. Inter Miami allows Edwards to dribble into the right attacking third, left of the box, cuts back on Wagon, delivers a whipping cross, Choupo-Moting mishit a header. He was unmarked in the middle of the 6-yard area, and he sent a header wide of the far post, but the flag was up offside. Falcone is down and injured, clutching at his right ankle. Choupo-Moting, how did he not plant that header? It wouldn't have counted, but the footballing gods were looking out for Inter Miami there as Wagot absolutely faked out of his shoes by Raheem Edwards, who is streaking up the left side. And we are going to have two substitutions here in the 55th minute for New York Red Bulls. Carmona is going to come on. Halsnight is done. Wiki Carmona, who started in the previous matchup this year for New York Red Bulls against Inter Miami. And Dennis Yengor has entered the proceedings, the Norwegian for New York Red Bulls. So two substitutions for Red Bulls in the 55th minute, down 3-1. A giveaway, Inter Miami, right attacking third. New York, good job. Federico Redondo from behind, poking away from Sofo, who was in the middle channel and looking to distribute to somebody on the wing. Maxi Falcone is up, even with that banged up right ankle, and Inter Miami sends a long ball out of their deep right defensive third, but right back to New York. Forsberg, left side of the box, and he tried to curl one up or right, and he missed the target. Inter Miami's getting sloppy in the back, and Forsberg didn't miss by much. Rios Novo would have been beaten because that entire right side of goal was wide open based on the angle that shot was taken inside the top border of the box. But Forsberg, for a third time tonight, high and wide on a shot, whether it be run of play or a free kick. So as we get back into play here, 56th minute, Inter Miami leads New York Red Bulls 3-1, but some dicey moments here at the onset of the second half. Ronald Donkor, who could have been shown a second yellow, that's who was taken off in favor of Dennis Yengor in the New York Red Bulls midfield. Second-year manager Sandro Schwartz had seen enough. After Donkor fouled Lionel Messi, he did not want to go down 10 men, down 2 goals at home. Inter Miami for the first time really in this half into the left attacking half. Now left attacking third. Busquets delivers the ball to the outside, near side. Alba, no look feed into the middle for Suarez. Suarez tried to chip a ball to the far post, wanted Messi, but Messi was making a run, held up in his tracks by a New York defender. That was Hack, who got right into Messi's way, didn't allow him to progress any further. And it will be an Inter Miami conceded goal kick. Now New York trying to work from the back. Inter Miami wins it back in the attacking midfield. Center circle, swipe back into the right defensive half, Redondo. And now Alba for Inter Miami on the turn towards the near touchline. We'll feed it back to the left center back, Maxi Falcone. His voluminous mane of hair flowing in the humid breeze here in New Jersey. And Marcelo Wagon going to play it from the right wing defensive half back onto the goalkeeper, Rocco Rios Novo. High press for New York Red Bulls, 3-1 Inter Miami. 58:30 on the clock here in Harrison, New Jersey. Last time Inter Miami was here, last March the 23rd, rainy, cold, lost 4-0. Redondo with an unforced error as he sailed the ball 10 rows deep in Inter Miami's right defensive half across the far touchline. Redondo would have loved to do better there. Right attack in half far side. New York. A ball sent towards the right wing, headed easily by Alba of Inter Miami. Now Busquets, long ball up ahead, has Messi in front of the defense, left attacking third to the backs, Messi, oh, he deked the keeper, and he scores with a left foot. He ran right by Coronel and finished with a left foot. Lionel Messi, a wonder goal, 4-1 Inter Miami, an all-world pass from Sergio Busquets, and Messi left Coronel in his dust. It doesn't get any more beautiful than that. Showtime, 4-1, Inter Miami, just shy of the hour mark. Oh my goodness, that pass is a thing of beauty. And then Lionel Messi had Coronel falling to the ground helplessly as he ran in on him. It's enough to bring a tear to your eye. It looks like Barcelona days from Busquets to Messi. And is that the fatal blow? It's 4-1 Inter Miami. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves as Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Lionel Messi has ended up heading back, tied for the top of the Golden Boot League in Major League Soccer. Him and Sam Surridge sit at 17 goals. A gorgeous assist from Sergio Busquets from the defensive half to pick on Messi. Inter Miami looking for more. Here's Suarez. Oh, he tried to send it from just outside the upper right of the box of the penalty arc for Messi. Not enough on the pass. And New York clears the ball out of play. Far touchline. Inter Miami up 4-1. We are past the hour mark here at Sports Illustrated Stadium. Inter Miami imposing its will on New York Red Bulls, one of the best home teams in the entire league. But now New York wins the ball in their left defensive half, trying to get into the midfield. Choupo-Moting will go middle of the field to the near side, and racing into the right attacking half, Noah Ayla, but Redondo there to wipe that out. Now Redondo on to Messi, left attacking half. He evades a tackle, turns the corner, middle channel. Oh, cuts the ball to Redondo. Played through Suarez, right side of the box. Suarez cuts it to his left foot. And a shot that floats into the hands of Coronel at the border of the 6-yard box. But some vintage, strong footwork. Luis Suarez just not enough on that left-footed shot. But I appreciate Suarez looking for his. Why not? You're up 4-1. See the ball hit the back of the net again. He scored in the 39th minute in Fort Lauderdale back on May 3rd. The third of 4 Inter Miami goals against New York Red Bulls. 62.5 minutes expired. And Inter Miami leads New York Red Bulls 4-1. That's only the fourth, Messi's goal, only the fourth second half goal conceded by New York on their home pitch in 2025. New York settles into the attack, right attacking third. Edelman, left wing, makes a turn to the middle channel, leaks a ball to the penalty arc, played back, Forsberg sends it left to the area, low cross, it's up in the air, Choupo-Moting couldn't get a head on it, it's still loose, they fight for it in front of goal, and then Alba sweeps it away with a left foot. Rocco Rios Novo is being way too tentative. Oh, Suarez and Sandro Schwartz, the manager of New York, coming together on the touchline. Suarez wanted the ball to have a quick throw in. Sandro Schwartz caught it on a hop, threw it into play, and Suarez grabbed him and had to catch himself from throwing the New York Red Bulls manager to the ground. And then they exchange words. And now Jordi Alba coming up to exchange words with Schwartz. who then grabs Alba in the back of the neck and says, "There's nothing here, don't worry." Oh, but things are heated. Well, Suarez is lathered up. This has been an aggressive night from Inter Miami. Suarez, who's certainly not known for being able to regulate his emotions fairly easily, came together with Sandro Schwartz, who's fiery in his own right. Ben Kremoski is going to come on for Inter Miami, as Javier Mascherano, with this 3-goal advantage, going to try and take advantage, and today Allende's night is done. Inter Miami won't play again until next Saturday. A big one, return match with Cincinnati in Fort Lauderdale. So off the throw-in after the Suarez and Sandro Schwartz tiff. It'll be Inter Miami in its right defensive third. High ball, far side, out of play. Across the touchline and a throw-in for New York. It has been a dominant performance for Inter Miami tonight. This is more like it. Inter Miami has not lost consecutive matches all season, and unless there's an epic collapse, that continues here in 2025. Here's New York. Left wing, Carmona. Sends it further off from goal on that left wing to Edelman. Now Edelman to the far left touchline. A whipped in cross from that far side, about even with the top border of the box. It's caught by Rios Novo, and he quickly distributes. Inter Miami on the run. Left attack in half. From the left wing, here's Messi onto his left foot. Messi holds up play, pushes the ball middle channel, Busquets. Busquets looking, surveying, and he'll send it to the right flank. Redondo, short range, Suarez, and out of the outside. Top of the box extended, far side, right side, Kremoski will trickle it to Redondo. Now Busquets plays it back into the midfield circle. Nice and easy for Inter Miami. Busquets, who has an assist tonight on the 4th Inter Miami goal, linked up with Lionel Messi. And I'm telling you, that Busquets pass came from about the midway point of the defensive half and found Messi midway point of the attacking half, and Messi did the rest, including making Coronel, the goalkeeper, look absolutely silly. Inter Miami still maintains possession in the midfield. Good ball, Segovia. Left attacking third, left of the box. And it's Jordi Alba who gets on the end of it. Sends it left wing, Redondo. Now Segovia, outside left channel. Give it Redondo, one touches it back to Segovia. He's flanked by 3 defenders. Good shape here for New York. Now Busquets in the attacking midfield. He'll spray a ball near side to far side. Wagon has it delivered right back to him by Kremoski. And now right wing, Busquets to the middle, Messi. Messi pushed from behind, lost it. Now he got it back. Oh, short range passing. Messi, it fell back to his feet, right of the box. Now Suarez, he chops the ball just inside the upper right border of the box that goes just wide of the far post. Oh, Suarez went for it, and he didn't miss by much. Oh, that was nifty. Lovely pace. And did Cornell get a touch on that? I believe he did. It's a corner for Inter Miami. Cornell, a great save on that. It was destined for goal. Near side to far side corner, Inter Miami, brought to you by Lighterowder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. The corner from the near side sent all the way 30 yards away by Jordi Alba to Lionel Messi. And Inter Miami's going to reset in the attacking midfield. And Kremoski turns it over as he was pressured and didn't handle that pressure well. It was Sofo who's coming in hot. So not the greatest introduction to the match for the second half substitute, Ben Kremoski. 68 minutes. And it's 4-1 Inter Miami. Goals for Alba and a brace for Segovia, all in the first half. Messi just shy of the hour mark in this second half with a beauty. Inter Miami has the ball in the attacking midfield. Busquets looked like he was going to try and Slide something else to Messi, and then a turnover. Here's New York. It's a 2-on-3. Here's Choupo-Moting, right side of the box, down to the upper right. Good job, Redondo, to tackle it away from him. Then Falcone is able to punch it outside the right portion of the box, and then he wins it in the near right corner. Oh, great work, Falcone. It was all started by Redondo, but then a ball bounces back into the right side of the area, and trying to shoot from an impossible angle was Sofo. From the right of the 6-yard box, he sailed it into the seats. Doesn't matter, flag up, offside, New York Red Bulls. It's a shame that that ball fortuitously hopped back into the Inter Miami box because the defensive work against the elite Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, the tandem of Redondo and Falcone, was fabulous. 69-19, 69-20, 69-21. 4-1 Inter Miami, leading New York Red Bulls. I am Ken LaVicka, and we are in Harrison, New Jersey, about 9 miles from the site of the FIFA Club World Cup Final and next year's World Cup Final, MetLife Stadium. Inter Miami left attacking half. 4-1 Inter Miami advantage. Redondo on the right wing for Inter Miami, outside of the left attacking third. Good pass, Weigott. He'll send it right flank. Segovia punched it, penalty arc. Messi on his left foot. Oh, he wanted to try and play it through to Suarez, who was making a horizontal run near the penalty spot. It never got through, and New York able to clear from its defensive third. Good job, Maxi Falcone. Momentum carrying him towards his own goal, and he heads it back into the midfield, right onto Redondo. And then Jordi Alba wins a throw-in in the right defensive half near touchline for Inter Miami as he poked it off Carmona. Tomas Aviles is probably going to go get Maxi Falcone, who deserves the rest of the night off for all the right reasons. He's been sensational for Inter Miami, but some work to do here as Inter Miami gives it away in the defensive midfield. Here's Edwards to the top of the box, across from about 30 yards out, and it was a poor first touch for New York, and a Yengor that rolls right onto Rocco's Rios Novo. Inter Miami got a bit fortunate there. All it took was a good touch, and that was going to be a point-blank opportunity. Inter Miami maintains its 4-1 lead. High boot, Busquets able to give it in the midfield circle to Suarez, who made Carmona look silly, just muscling him off the ball. And Inter Miami will take its time patiently in the left attacking half. Appreciate everybody who is listening here tonight on the Inter Miami Football Network, the flagship ESPN 106.3 out of West Palm Beach, Florida. We'll get to the rest of them as a turnover for Inter Miami off a hard tackle. Edwards to Forsberg, upper left of the box, lays it off Edwards. He'll punch a ball to no one in particular to the right of the penalty arc. But ESPN 106.3, the Deportes Radio FC app, as well as YouTube, where many of you are listening and commenting tonight. Live Inter Miami football action, 4-1 Inter Miami. Lionel Messi with a goal in the second half, the lone second half goal. Weigott, good job on a high ball, left side of the box, able to head it onto his goalkeeper, Rocco Rios Novo, in the New York right attacking third. Weigott a little bit hobbled, and his entire right sock is ripped apart from behind. He's taking some boots back there tonight. I don't doubt that he's hobbled. He's grabbing at that right ankle. It has been manhandled. 73rd minute, 4-1 Inter Miami. New York trying to settle into something patient in their right attacking third. Outside left channel. It is played by Edelman to Hack. Edwards was dispossessed by Kromoski, far touchline in that right attacking third, but then he's tackled from behind by Carmona, and New York is going to bring the attack once again, down 3. Middle channel, Yengor. Yengor looks on to the right of the penalty arc. Sofo played it back to Yengor. He had it tackled away by Busquets, but now Forsberg has it played to him. Upper left of the box, but it is struck away by Lujan across the far touchline. Near that far left corner, it's going to be a deep attacking third throw-in far side for New York Red Bulls. And we're going to have New York bring Viktor Bogac on. Talasco Segovia substitutes out for Tomas Aviles. So Falcone still going to continue play. So Aviles, actually Aviles is on for, it might be Falcone. I'm trying to get this right. Yannick Bright is going to replace Segovia officially. So Yannick Bright in for Segovia. And Aviles will take on Gonzalo Lujan. So Falcone's night isn't done. Sorry, Maxi. Off of a throw-in, it went into the left side of the box. New York threatening, but Inter Miami able to clear it away. Now Wegan from his right defensive third. Square ball far side to near side. Alba plays the ball up the middle. Kremasky's on it left of the penalty arc. He has to hold up play, but now Suarez to the left of the box. He's going to send it across. It balls to Messi from outside the right portion 6-yard box, and it's a brace for Lionel Messi. His 6th brace in 7 matches. It's 5 for Inter Miami. 5-1. Inter Miami on top. The assist for Suarez and Lionel Messi. He is at the top of the Golden Boot race in Major League Soccer. 18th goal of the MLS campaign. And this New Jersey crowd roars in appreciation of the greatest of all time. Messi finishes upper left. Coronel didn't stand a chance. It is a rout in the Garden State. Lionel Messi from 8 yards out, and the man isn't missing that. And you hear the appreciation from the capacity crowd. Lionel Messi will substitute out for the first time in forever. If there's ever a man who deserves to kick his feet up, it is him, I believe. Or is it a cooling break? I thought he was going to be substituted off. A brace for Talasco Segovia. A brace for Lionel Messi. Venezuela represent. Argentina represent. Jordi Alba has the other Inter Miami tally tonight. It has been absolute dominance from the men in pink. A master class. And all of the Fab Four, the Barca boys, have contributed. Two assists for Luis Suarez. 2 goals. And an assist for Lionel Messi. Sergio Busquets with an assist. Jordi Alba with a goal. It is 5-1, Inter Miami. And an homage to the legend Ray Hudson. It's magisterial in every sense. All Inter Miami on the verge of handing New York Red Bulls only their 2nd home defeat this season, and the first since all the way back in April. They were still wearing coats in these parts. New Jersey, the last time the New York Red Bulls lost at home. This has been relentless force. New York Red Bulls, 78th minute. And they play a ball outside the right portion of the box that rolls across the end line. Unable to link up with a pass. Yengar to Carmona. Goal kick. Inter Miami. Lionel Messi is indeed, and I know that this is a biased broadcast, but he is the leader in the clubhouse for the Landon Donovan MLS MVP award for a second straight year. It could be nobody else. New York in its attack in midfield. They defer to the left defensive half. Inter Miami comfortably ahead, 5-1. As we approach minute number 80, make your plans to be with us for a massive one on Saturday night in Fort Lauderdale. Flag is up. No, a handball called against New York after Busquets couldn't handle a ball in the defensive midfield. New York thought it was going to be able to get out in the attack, but Bogots made contact with his left hand. Referee stops play. Victor Rivas says Inter Miami ball in its right defensive half, and Busquets restarts play. It'll be a 7:15 kickoff at Jay Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami, NFC Cincinnati. Two of the best teams in the East. Oh, look at Ben Kremoski fighting hard, coming into the left, attacking third, left of the area, but then he gets called for a foul as he goes to ground, trying to get around Noah Ayla, the right back for New York Red Bulls. Here is Inter Miami surging, left attacking third, right side of the box, and Alba lost possession. It was swiped out of play by an exhausted Sean Neal as the center back. Suarez and Alba shake hands with one another. Everybody's on the same page tonight. It's a far side and near side corner for Inter Miami. All corners brought to you by Lionel Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Short corner delivered by Messi. Now he has it far touchline, 28 yards out. Gives it outside the upper right of the box, Busquets. Messi chips in a ball in front of Coronel's goal. Swiped away by Edwards, but Inter Miami back at it. Messi along the right end line trying to fit it back to Aviles. That was intercepted by New York, and all they can do is clear the ball outside the far touchline into the left attacking third. What a sight here in New Jersey. New York Red Bulls, they have built a fortress. They've been nearly impenetrable all year, and it is all people, fans, supporters dressed in pink who are standing and singing here tonight on the road, serenading the visiting side, the men in pink, Inter Miami. 82nd minute, 5-1, Inter Miami on top. So Inter Miami, we will check the live MLS table here in the Eastern Conference in just a moment to see where everything is currently situated. But Inter Miami is going to get all 3 points this evening. Columbus is currently 1-1 with DC United. So they remain a point up on Inter Miami, fourth in the Eastern Conference. A foul against Inter Miami as New York will restart play, border of the right attacking third. 83rd minute, 5-1 Inter Miami. Here's Yengar, about 28 yards out, near right touchline, outside right channel, and an interception. Yannick Bright in Inter Miami's right defensive half, and an immediate distribution to Lionel Messi. Left attacking half. Messi looking, surveying, sends a ball left of the penalty yard. Kremoski swipes it to the back post, wanted Suarez, and it was headed away by Sean Nealis. Trying to get Suarez a goal is Inter Miami. We know with Lionel Messi, he has his 2 goals. He has no desire for a hat trick. He's the brace man for a reason. Segovia on a brace as well. And there was a brief... Oh, it's Jordi Alba has gone down with a cramp in the 83rd minute. So he's going to try and stretch it out as Javier Mascherano looks on. And how about this? Santi Morales is going to see some time for Inter Miami. Good to see him get some run. Santiago Morales, who has put in plenty of time for Inter Miami 2 and MLS Next Pro, had an assist in the CONCACAF Champions Cup against Cavalier. He assisted on the Lionel Messi goal late in that second half, sending the nation of Jamaica into hysterics. Fafa Pico is going to substitute on as well for Inter Miami. We'll see who Morales comes on for and who Pico comes on for. Jordi Alba and his cramp will walk off. Doesn't appear to be anything other than a cramp for Jordi Alba. Is it Santi Morales or is it Fafa Pico? Fafa Pico on for Sergio Busquets officially. And Santiago Morales takes off Jordi Alba. So either Suarez or Messi, one of the two, will play a full 90 once again here for Javier Mascherano. As we traverse into minute number 85, Messi has 2 goals. Segovia has 2 goals. Alba now substituted with a tally. Segovia has been substituted out as well. And a whistle and an offside. 30 yards from goal against New York Red Bulls in the right attacking half. I mean, I know that I'm going to get laughed at as Falcone blasts the ball left of the box from the defensive half into the left attacking third to Fafa Pico, but Pico's immediately going to play it into the midfield. But if you're a player in a major league, and I know that people have their thoughts on Major League Soccer, as Inter Miami once again gets into the left attacking half. Oh, what a turn, Messi. Messi to the penalty yard. Messi, can he get a hat trick? Messi, top of the box, gives it off Fuega. He's shot, goes off of a New York Red Bulls defender and trickles across the end line. Far post, left side of goal. Corner, near side to far side, Inter Miami. Corner is brought to you by Lotto Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. But to my point, you have 18 goals at the midway point of a season. You have 26 goal contributions at that point. Normally you're in a Ballon d'Or conversation. That's all I'm saying. If you're Lionel Messi, who I'm referencing. He's only a couple of years removed from his last Ballon d'Or. Inter Miami, left defensive third, near touchline, Pico. To the left of the box, Morales. Inter Miami on the ball, 87th minute. Javier Mascherano loves the decisions of his side as they tick down the remainder of this clock. Inter Miami, after the 20th minute tonight, put their foot on the gas, and then they continued to slam the pedal to the floor. And then also, while they're driving, continue to throw punches into the passenger seat at New York Red Bulls. All while going 120 miles an hour. 5-1 lead Inter Miami, pure dominance tonight. A delivery from the right of the area, right attacking third, New York Red Bulls. Yengar couldn't find anybody in the area. That was a bit of a prayer sending of that pass. And now Inter Miami, right defensive third. Great ball, Yannick Bright. Far touchline. And Inter Miami on the move again. Here's Suarez, step over into the middle. Messi has Pico making a run. Oh, he was behind him. Pico's going to have to retrieve after the ball briefly goes left side of the box. Corralled by Pico left of the area. It'll be played back to Redondo, middle channel. Now Messi drives to the penalty yard. Messi tackled from behind, and he's going to have a free kick chance left of the penalty arc. A foul is called against New York Red Bulls, and can the man get his hat trick. Here we go, the ultimate test. Does he really want to leave the Braceman moniker behind? And the crowd chants Messi. Oh, it is anticipation as we get into the 89th minute. Can Lionel Messi connect on the 70th free kick of his career? Messi to the left of the penalty arc. This will come from 20 yards. 5-1 Inter Miami. Lionel Messi going for the hat trick. Messi places the ball and glances at the goalkeeper, Carlos Coronel. Coronel looks on, wondering what in the world is the greatest of all time going to do here. Messi, this is just outside the penalty arc. This is from 24 yards. Messi approaches, low, left foot, blocked away. He was trying to direct it inside the near post, and it never got through the wall. He tried to score it similar to the one he did at home after the FIFA Club World Cup against Nashville, but that time it was covered well. As we approach 90 minutes gone. We appreciate everybody listening worldwide. We have fans from around the world listening on YouTube. 9 added minutes. 9 added minutes in this 5-1 Inter Miami scoreline. We'll see if Inter Miami pushes for one more. Ken LaVicka with you on the Inter Miami Football Network. Square ball near side to far side, left attacking third, Inter Miami. Here's Suarez in the middle. Poked it on to Messi. Messi wanted to play it back to Yannick Bryant in the attacking midfield, but New York wins the ball back. What a good slide tackle, Santi Morales for Inter Miami, but Bogac has it fall right to his feet again for New York, but Morales able to recover and win the ball back for Inter Miami. How about Santiago Morales getting the eye of his manager, Javier Mascherano? He's played hard and played well. Yannick Bryant for Inter Miami, right defensive third, Inter Miami. A ball forward, Pico races, left attacking half on the touchline. Pico into the left wing, Pico drives to the box. Pico left side of the area, tried to hold up play on a back heel, had it poked away, wins it left of the area once again. Fafa Pico looks on, and now he's going to play it back near touchline, Kromoski. And Kromoski into the attacking midfield, Yannick Bryant. We are 90 seconds into 9 additional minutes. Extra time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the new Q5 today at your South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. 91-44, 91-45. As it stands, Lionel Messi is the Golden Boot leader in Major League Soccer. He has 18 goals on the year, one better than Nashville's Sam Surridge. And Nashville is currently 0-0 with Toronto in the 20th minute. Dylan Nealis is the final substitution for New York Red Bulls and Sandro Schwartz. Here comes Inter Miami. Far touchline, left attacking third. Messi up the right wing. Messi trying to roll it to Pico, top of the area, and it was cleared away by New York Red Bulls. Well, Inter Miami's still going for it. Up 5-1 as we approach the 93rd minute. Since the 20th minute of this match, Inter Miami has had foot on throat. We use the analogy foot on pedal. They had foot on New York Red Bull's throat as well. One match after New York scored 5 in the second half right here at Sports Illustrated Stadium to beat New England Revolution. Inter Miami has put 5 on New York on their home field. Suarez, midfield circle, sends it middle channel, Messi again. Messi to Kromoski. Kromoski is going to have to retrieve left of the area. He is on it now. Heads to the left border of the box. Will play it off to Fafa Pico outside left channel, and now it's worked back into the midfield for Inter Miami. Maxi Falcone briefly into the defensive half of Aviles. He will spray it far side to Wagon. Wagon to Suarez, middle channel. Suarez thought somebody was going to be coming up from the right, Morales. And nobody was there, so Suarez gives it right back to New York Red Bulls. The goalkeeper, Coronel, will put a right foot into it in the midfield, and immediately won by Inter Miami. 5 minutes left in added time in this second half. It's all a mere formality at this point. 5-1, Inter Miami with the lead. 3 points to the South Florida side on the way. New York Red Bulls headed to Chicago after this one. Inter Miami at home against Cincinnati. Prime time next Saturday in Fort Lauderdale. Left of the box, Fafa Pico, left attacking half. Pico towards the end line. Left-footed cross blocked right back to him. Now he has it in the corner, and he gives it away. Wanted to direct the ball to Kromoski instead. Mishit it across the near touchline. Four more minutes left of this New York Red Bulls bloodletting. Inter Miami is going to sweep the season series from New York Red Bulls. And if we see no more goals, it'll be Inter Miami laying the hammer, outscoring New York 9-2 over the course of 2 matches. Humbling to say the least for the runners-up in Major League Soccer a year ago. Yengor, right attacking third for New York Red Bulls. That's won by Inter Miami. Morales on it. But as he tried to pick out Suarez in the midfield circle, New York blasted back in the Inter Miami right defensive third and across the far touchline out of play. It was Sean Nealis, who now has his brother Dylan Nealis, former Inter Miami man, on the pitch with him for New York. Yannick Bright dispossessed. And now here is Forsberg for New York. But he had a heavy touch, and Falcone swept it away. And now here's Fafa Pico in the midfield. Give it up, Morales coming up the right wing. Morales knocked to the ground. Foul called. New York. Far touchline in the attacking midfield. That's on Dylan Nealis of New York. And now Messi. Square ball far side to the middle. Yannick Bright. Right in the middle channel. Now Suarez. Suarez punches a ball off to the right wing to Messi. Messi, now Suarez outside the penalty yard. Suarez lays it off Redondo. He decided to give it a go from 25 yards, and that's a souvenir 10 rows deep. Redondo is flat-footed and just swung a club right foot at it, and then never had a chance. But you know what? Up 5-1, you're Federico Redondo. How many opportunities do you have to score a goal? You might as well give it a blast. And we welcome you to 90+7. With Inter Miami leading 5-1. New York Red Bulls fell to LA Galaxy 2-1 in the MLS Cup final last year. Inter Miami, they don't stay down for long. Wednesday night was rough, outclassed, losing FC Cincinnati. But tonight, Inter Miami answered the bell and silenced a lot of the doubters that come with the glee that many like to project onto this club when it falls short. No more, said Messi. No more, said Segovia. No more, said Busquets and Alba and Suarez and Falcone and Redondo, who was spectacular tonight after he was a big part of the only concession for Inter Miami this evening. No more, says Javier Mascherano as he looks on, pleased with his team's effort. We're within the final minute. 98:07, 98:08 on the clock. 5-1 Inter Miami. Inter Miami is now going to improve to 5-0 when leading at halftime this season. foul against New York with Inter Miami in its defensive third. It's on Wiki Carmona as Pico went to ground. Home stretch, final 20 seconds. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in tonight on the Inter Miami Football Network. Mike Rizzo will have your halftime show. I bet the highlight segment, or we'll have your post-game show. The highlight segment going to be lengthy. A lot of goals. Inter Miami one last run here, up 5-1. Left attacking third. There's the final whistle from the referee, Victor Rivas. The Inter Miami Road Show, dazzling, spectacular, magnificent on this Saturday night. Inter Miami rolls into Sports Illustrated Stadium and they absolutely dominate. They overwhelm. They take no prisoners. Lionel Messi with a brace. He's at the top of the Golden Boot race in Major League Soccer. Telesco Segovia had 2 goals of his own in the first 45. Jordi Alba, his opening goal of the MLS season. Sergio Busquets an assist. Luis Suarez an assist. And now the race is on from New York Red Bulls players to see who gets Lionel Messi's number 10, as is tradition. A lopsided scoreline in favor of the men in pink. Inter Miami 5, New York Red Bulls 1. 3 points for Inter Miami. Who is the player of the match? Yep, it's Lionel Messi. 2 goals and an assist tonight. 3 more goal contributions. He now leads the Major League Soccer Golden Boot race. And Lionel Messi, another man of the match. And he might not win Match Day Player of the Week, but he will certainly be the Match Day Team of the Week. Inter Miami leaves no doubt tonight. And in real time, they are still in 5th in the Eastern Conference, 1 point back of Columbus Crew. Want to thank the OG, Oscar Gonzalez, on-site engineer. Mike Rizzo has your post-game show in mere moments. Network Studios, West Palm Beach. Your final scoreline for a final time from Sports Illustrated Stadium in Harrison, New Jersey. Inter Miami 5, New York Red Bulls 1. I'm Ken Levicka. Talk to you Saturday from Fort Lauderdale on the Inter Miami Football Network. Good night, everybody.
Here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Hi, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
When you're in pain and an hour seems like a day seems like a month, there's only one place to go for your treatment. Pain Care Florida. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Time waits for no one, especially when you're in pain. Visit paincareflorida.com. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community. But you may be wondering, isn't PNC that boring bank? Well, is starting a business or being the first person in your family to go to college boring? For 160 years, they've done the occasionally boring work of banking to deliver brilliant results for their clients. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout the local area ready to help you unlock your own brilliance. See what boring banking can do for you. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Suarez to the left of the box. He's going to send it across. It balls to Messi from outside the right portion 6-yard box, and it's a brace for Lionel Messi. His 6th brace in 7 matches. It's 5 for Inter Miami. 5-1, Inter Miami on top. The assist for Suarez and Lionel Messi. He is at the top of the Golden Boot race in Major League Soccer. 18th goal of the MLS campaign.
Lionel Messi back to his goal-scoring ways in Inter Miami. Winners 5-1 tonight in New York. Welcome on in to your Inter Miami postgame show. I'm your host, Mike Rizzo. We are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer today, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. All right, so post-FIFA Club World Cup, Inter Miami has played 5 games. They are 4-1 in those 5. The lone loss came this past Wednesday to FC Cincinnati, where Inter Miami did not score in the game. Well, they made up for that tonight. Our Herons 5 goals in the game. They have now outscored this year. They have outscored the New York Red Bulls 9-2. Belt to bottom is what I call that. So I'll tell you what, the Red Bulls certainly happy not to see Inter Miami on that schedule the rest of the way. It was the first loss in over 2 months at that stadium, at Sports Illustrated Stadium in New York. And Inter Miami putting belt to bottom 5-1 as they defeat the Red Bulls. Jordi Alba got in the 24th minute. Talasco Segovia with the first half brace. The first one in the 27th and then in the 48th minute. 45 plus 3, folks. So the 48th minute, technically, of extra time, Segovia getting a brace in that first half, and then Lionel Messi with a goal in the 60th minute and a goal in the 75th. Let's get you your match stats before we take our first time out of the postgame show. Inter Miami dominating The time of possession, 63% comparatively to New York Red Bulls 37. Dominated the XG as well. Expected goals, a stat that I like. I know a lot of others don't, but XG, Inter Miami with almost a 3, 2.99 on the XG. New York Red Bull with just 0.71. Inter Miami, 13 shots on the game, 8 on target, 3 big chances. Red Bulls, 9 shots, 2 on target, 2 big chances, and 1 big chance missed for the Red Bull. By the way, no big chances missed for Inter Miami. Inter Miami scoring on all 3 of their big chances. 3 keeper saves for the Red Bulls. Inter Miami, 1 with Rocco Rios Novo going bell to bell. The young goalkeeper filling in for Oscar Ustari was able to go the whole game tonight. But a big win for Inter Miami. 5-1 winners over the Red Bulls. They outscored the New York Red Bull 9-2 in the 2025 MLS season. And with that win, Inter Miami is now 4-1 post-FIFA Club World Cup. When we come back, we'll play the highlights. I'll play all 6 goals from this game. The 5 for Inter Miami Herons and the lone 1 that New York Red Bulls was able to score. They scored the first goal of the game, believe it or not. But after the 20th minute in the first half, it was all Inter Miami. Highlights next on your Inter Miami postgame show.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage built with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. Our best made better.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Our final segment of the postgame show. Going to play all the highlights from the 5-1 winner, our Inter Miami Herons. Big winners over New York Red Bull. They get back on track after losing to FC Cincinnati on Wednesday. It was a 3-0 loss for our Herons. They make it up in a big way. 5-1 winners over New York Red Bulls. Lionel Messi with a brace, Telesco Segovia with a brace, and Jordi Alba blasting in his first MLS goal of the season from Lionel Messi. Messi on the game, 2 goals and an assist, a brace and an assist. A brace and an assist, and 3 points for him contributed to the game. Welcome on back to the postgame show. As I mentioned, our final segment, we are powered by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive the brand new Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Let's get the highlights started here. Believe it or not, New York Red Bull got in the net first. 15th minute. Let's take a listen.
Forsberg for New York. Good corner, and it leaks into the goal. It was in traffic, and I believe it went off of Hack. Alexander Hack's going to be credited for the goal. It was not cleared away with assurance by Inter Miami, and instead fell off of Hack and across the goal line. Inter Miami concedes. New York Red Bulls the early advantage, 1-0.
That didn't last long. Jordi Alba getting on the score sheet in the 24th minute to tie it up 9 minutes later. Inter Miami's level.
Now back to Messi, middle channel. Great ball left of the box. Here's Alba, and he blasts it by Coronel from the left portion of the 6-yard box. What a beautiful delivery from Lionel Messi, and Alba with the force. Coronel didn't stand a chance as it missiles its way into the upper right. We are level 1-1, 24th minute. Jordi Alba. It's the first MLS goal of the season for Alba, and Inter Miami shows life in New Jersey.
So Inter Miami leveling things up there with a Jordi Alba goal courtesy of Lionel Messi. Let's fast forward to the 27th minute, 2.5 minutes later. Actually, I apologize. It was the 26.5 mark. 2.5 minutes later, Telesco Segovia gives our Herons the lead.
Messi tries to find Alba again. He does play back Segovia, who scores! Alba fed it to a late charging Segovia just outside the 6-yard box with touch. Put it off of Coronel's outstretched hands, and it's able to trickle across the goal line. Inter Miami scores twice in 2.5 minutes. First it was Alba, then Alba assists Segovia, 2-1, Inter Miami.
And then right before halftime, 45 plus 3, Segovia make it 2 in a brace.
Still loose. Segovia scores from the top of the box after that scrum. Segovia had it fall to his right foot. He picked his spot inside the far post. Segovia has a first half brace. Inter Miami 3, New York Red Bulls 1. They score in added time. It has been all Inter Miami from the 20th minute on.
That's my guy and voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Ken LaVicka, on the call. Great job, as usual, by Ken. But his night wasn't over. Our own Ken LaVicka's night wasn't over. And Lionel Messi wasn't either, because Messi ended up with a brace in the second half. This was 3-1 at halftime. But Messi said, wait a minute. Let me get involved on the action, Ken.
Now Busquets, long ball up ahead, has Messi in front of the defense, left attacking third to the backs, Messi, oh, he deked the keeper, and he scores with the left foot. He ran right by Coronel and finished with the left foot. Lionel Messi, a wonder goal, 4-1 Inter Miami, an all-world pass from Sergio Busquets, and Messi left Coronel in his dust. It doesn't get any more beautiful than that. Showtime, 4-1, Inter Miami, just shy of the hour mark.
Busquets with a patented assist to Lionel Messi. Messi making things 4-1 and completely out of hand. But the great one wasn't done, because 15 minutes later, he truly called game.
Suarez to the left of the box. He's going to send it across. It balls to Messi from outside the right portion, 6-yard box. And it's a brace for Lionel Messi. His 6th brace in 7 matches. It's 5 for Inter Miami. 5-1 Inter Miami on top. The assist for Suarez and Lionel Messi. He is at the top of the Golden Boot race in Major League Soccer. 18th goal of the MLS campaign.
So Lionel Messi calling game in the 75th minute with that brace. And once again, the final score tonight, 5-1, our Inter Miami Herons beating the New York Red Bull. Now, the next time our Herons are going to be in action, it is going to be on July the 26th. So let's fast forward a week from now. Inter Miami will be hosting FC Cincinnati. It's the rematch of the 3-0 loss Inter Miami suffered this past Wednesday on July the 16th. So Inter Miami looks to right the ship against FC Cincinnati here, Fort Lauderdale, at Chase Stadium, home in South Florida. So that'll be some must-watch TV. It's certainly going to be the game of the week, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, within the MLS. Final score, 5-1 tonight. Inter Miami improves to 41 points on the Eastern Conference table. They are in 5th place. They are still 3 games behind Nashville, Philly, Cincinnati, Columbus. They have played 24 games so far this year. Inter Miami only 21. Plenty of time for Inter Miami to sneak up on that Eastern Conference table. Let's take a look at a couple of matches that are at full time as well tonight. Atlanta defeating folks, I meant your mercy. Charlotte defeating Atlanta in Atlanta 3-2. CF Montreal got a move for 2. CF Montreal losing to Greg Berhalter and the Chicago Fire 2-0. The Columbus Crew are up 2-1 at home on DC United. 90th minute. That one about to wrap up. The Revolution fall victim to Orlando City 2-1. And then obviously our Herons winners 5-1 tonight. A couple of games in progress. FC Dallas up 1-0 over St. Louis. The Dynamo and the Union locking horns at 1-1 in the 56th minute. The Sounders up 2-1 on San Jose in the 60th minute. Kansas City losing to NYC FC 1-0 in the 63rd. Nashville up 1-0 over Toronto. That one is at halftime. And then Real Salt Lake and FC Cincinnati tied 0-0. That one is only in the 23rd minute. Your MLS After Dark, LAFC and the LA Galaxy, the LA Derby, coming up tonight at 10:30. 2, in my opinion at least, and take it for what it is, 2 very underwhelming teams this year. LA Galaxy at the bottom. They are bottom feeders, the last team on that Western Conference table. They're lucky we don't do relegations here on the MLS, but LA Derby coming up at 10:30. LAFC still, their season's still ahead of them. They're in the playoffs, but a lot of people thought they could be competing for a Western Conference title. The Portland Timbers and Minnesota United, 10:30, and then San Diego and Vancouver. I think that's the matchup of the night. San Diego and Vancouver, 2 top teams on that Western Conference table. San Diego in first place with 42 points. Vancouver in second with 41. So that's going to do it here for us on your Inter Miami postgame show, driven by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Test drive the brand new Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. I will catch up with you guys at 6:30. So 6:30 next Saturday. Inter Miami will be hosting FC Cincinnati. I will be live with the pregame at 6:30. The great Ken LaVicka, your voice of the Herons, will be on the call coming up at around 7:05. Once again, final score, 5-1. Inter Miami 4-1 post-FIFA Club World Cup. Lionel Messi, 3 braces. 3 braces in his last 4 games. Incredible stuff for the great Lionel Messi, and he is on top of the MLS in the Golden Boot race with the most goals as of now within the MLS. We'll catch up with you guys coming up next Saturday. Thank you to all who listened, streamed. Thank you to everyone who streamed on YouTube, Facebook, X, anywhere you got the Inter Miami Radio Network. We appreciate you guys tonight. We'll catch up with you Saturday. Bye. PNC Bank couldn't be more excited to serve the South Florida community, but you may be wondering,